What's up? What's up, Web?
What up? What are you playing?
I'm
You over here
playing
talking
Jennifer
to me?
Hudson's Spotlight. You
Mm.
know about that song?
It sounds familiar. I forgot it.
Oh, it's good. It
Yeah.
kind of deals with like our
Mm.
topic today, so it's a good
Oh,
song.
no.
What's up, world? How
Oh.
you guys doing tonight on this Thursday? Hope everybody had a good day today. Thank you for tuning in to Talk with Teezy Presents Venus versus Mars. I'm your host Teezy. I'm in the building. As always, we got Web in the building.
Sure enough, you know
What's
it.
up,
You know it.
Web?
What up, world? How
What up,
y'all tonight?
world? Hold on. Up there we got Hoodie Gang Nate in the building. What's up, Nate?
What up,
What
Nate?
up?
What's up? How was y'all day today?
Horrible. My girl is a tyrant.
Hey, it be like that, man. It
You
be like that
said
sometimes.
what?
You
I
said his
said
girl
my
is a
girl is a
tyrant,
tyrant. It was horrible.
which is perfect for tonight's episode topic, right?
Well, I think we got a good topic today. Um, I guess I'll say, of course. So tonight, you guys, we're going to be talking about.
I believe that happens more often than it don't. Nate. Nowadays, especially.
All right, let me tell the topic first. So the topic tonight, you guys, if you don't know, if you haven't seen it, we are going to be talking about controlling relationships, controlling a relationship, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And
Getting
I
your head
think that
knocked
this is a
between the
very good topic to speak on.
we're gonna talk about everything from insecurities to getting your head knocked between the washer and dryer, right? Because that's part of controlling relationship thing.
Wait, what you
Yeah.
say?
So we're gonna talk about
Nigga said
everything
getting
from
your head knocked
insecurities
between the
to
watches
getting
and
your
the
head
dryer.
knocked between the washer and dryer,
Wait
because
a
that's a part of
wait a minute.
that's control. Hey, I've heard stories. I've never partaken in it, but I've heard stories.
Okay, so when you hear the words, like, of course, we all kind of know what control, well, we all know what control means, but when you hear about somebody being in a controlling relationship, like, what are your thoughts? What comes to mind? What's the first thing that pops up in your head?
Honestly, a lot pop up in my head. A lot. Like you got like Munchausen syndrome. Like you got mad different ways to control a person. You get what I'm saying? So it's not just like when you hear controlling relationships. Mostly we think of abusive male beating up the woman or the woman beating up the man. You know what I mean? Like kind of thing. But like it get deeper than that. It gets so much deeper than that to be able to control somebody in a relationship. Like you could psychologically control somebody in a relationship. You know what I mean? You could physically control somebody in a relationship. You could it's a lot. It's a lot to come to my mind when I think about that shit. And it's scary. But yeah, whole lot. Nate?
Very scary. And what about you, Nate?
When I think about controlling relationships, I think of like physical and mental control. So like we all know the physical control is like you can't leave the house and keeping you hostage. And then there's the mental control of like, always downing somebody and talking about putting them down and making them feel like no one is gonna ever love them or no one they're not worth anything. It's also that type of control. Making
Yeah.
them think they can't do
Yup.
anything.
I think that, I mean, I know the physical happens a lot. Well, y'all both kind of said the same thing. I agree with y'all. I think that the verbal, I think that the mental and the emotional happens more than we think.
Yeah, a
I
lot more than
think
we think.
that there are a lot of people that don't even feel or think that they are controlling,
Exactly.
and they are. I think that people that have a lot of insecurities can be really controlling because they're insecure within themselves, so they don't want their
Exactly.
mate around others or things like that. And I think that is different parts of control though. Like I don't know if control could be sometimes. I don't want to say sometimes because I want to say it, but sometimes control works for certain people. Sometimes some people like feel like they might need that. I'm not sure why. And then it could be to where somebody just like, I've heard like you the oldest child and you always, was the one ahead and you might be in a relationship and then now you might be controlling in a relationship because you always was controlling your siblings and stuff like that. It can be different factors when it comes to control and it can
Hmm.
might even be something that somebody might just be dealing with and they might be just trying to work on that controlling aspect because a person could just be controlling. Period. Like they just want to know, like da, 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 da. And it don't even have to be in a relationship. It could be with anybody. So I think it's different factors, and then you just have the relationship aspect where it is bad.
Power. It really all boils down to power. It boils down to having power over something else because you feel weak as an individual already. People never gonna admit that, but that's what it be. You feel weak, and you need some kind of you need to feel some kind of power in this situation. So you know what I'm saying? You manipulate it in your control. You manipulate it in your favor.
I agree.
In some
Oh,
cases, people.
honey. Hi, Auntie Robin. You can talk to me. You can write you can just do what you're doing now. Like if you have something to say, you could just write it in the comment section and I'll like read it and I'll go back and forth that way. All right.
In a lot of instances, the
So
control
who
comes from separation, though.
oh man.
But
Can you
then
guys
you
hear
also
me?
yeah,
Yeah,
I can.
Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
we can hear you.
Oh my gosh.
You
Can you
can't
hear
hear us.
me?
We can hear you. You can't
Well, we
hear
can
us,
hear
huh?
you. Can you hear us?
I can't hear anything.
Yeah,
Oh,
you got to back up and come
I'm gonna
back
have
in.
to go every time. How I put my phone on do not disturb because I'm tired of people calling me like, oh, I just found out how to move the screens. Oh,
oh, that's
cool.
lit. How you do
I'm in
that?
the middle because I'm the queen.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
I can't hear y'all though, but I'm about to add on. Hold on, I'm gonna have to jump
Oh, with
off, I
that being
think, and
said,
come back
control,
on.
Nate. See, this is
I
control.
can't
She can't
hear
hear
none
me.
of
This
It's
is
y'all.
fine.
Okay,
control.
let me jump off and come back on. I'm tired of StreamYard. They about to make me cuss them out. For real. Hi, Isa. Hold on, I gotta
Hi,
go
Isa.
out and come back on.
That's funny.
And y'all can keep talking. I'm just gonna go out and then come back on.
This is control, Nate. See, this is control.
This is control. This
No,
is what control is about.
no, I'm glad that we got this topic going on tonight. I got a lot to talk about. I got a lot to talk about.
Okay,
I'm
hello.
forewarning. You know what I mean? What's it called? I was about to say just Surgeon General warning, but that's not what I meant. I'm half
Hello.
tired. So, what's the warning when you be like
Now you
disclaimer?
frozen.
There we go. The disclaimer. There we go.
Disclaimer.
Um, I, I may hurt
Is
some
that
feelings,
me or
and
is
that's
web
not my
moving in really
intention.
slow motion?
You frozen on
You
ours.
frozen, yeah.
Now
You
you
moving a
move.
really slow mo. Now you got.
All right. What you were
So
saying? What were you
I
saying?
said I may or may not. It's not my intention to trigger people, but I know that what I'm going to say tonight may possibly trigger people because I know how I'm going to say it, and I don't care. So that's why I'm letting y'all. I'm giving y'all the
go
disclaimer
ahead,
now.
Web. Go in, Web.
You feel me? It's not. I'm not here to hurt any feelings. I just want y'all to listen
Go
with an
ahead
open
and Web.
mind from not a narcissistic and self-centered
This
point
is
of view.
Web
That's
Black
it.
right here. Go
If
ahead
y'all
and
can
Web.
do that,
Come on.
we'll have a good night. Y'all will learn some stuff tonight.
Man, we always learn. You sound
I know.
crazy.
I don't sound crazy. I'm serious. I'm dead serious.
Go ahead. Spit your what you
Oh no,
feel.
not now. I'm just saying. Eventually, throughout the night,
Okay.
when I go
Well,
to.
okay, that's cool. I'm gonna be waiting. Isa, what's up, girl? Hi,
Why you
Jan. Look
telling me I'm
at her
crazy?
getting big.
Oh
Can you
Lord.
hear me? I don't know if she can hear us. Um,
Somebody walking around here.
yeah, I
Look,
think the
I know.
first thing when I hear like controlling relationships, mm,
You think like Ike and Tina?
I think like insecurities. Like I don't know. I think different things because, like I said, like what do you define as controlling besides like the you feel me the physical? We know that insecurities, but what do you define like can control? I
Make
don't know.
I define it as making someone feel small. I mean, I can look up the definition, but I define it personally as like making someone feel small so that you know what I mean that you can making someone doubt themselves basically. It's gaslight. Well, gaslighting is a form of control, but you know what I'm saying? It's like making someone doubt themselves enough that whatever you tell them, they'll believe before themselves
Right.
about who they are, and they don't live in
Yup.
themselves their entire life. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a deep level of control. But then you got sometimes where control, you got control where it's like parents do, uh, you need attention. So it's like sympathy, where you make your child sick in order to get attention from people. It's called What's that? Is that Munchausen syndrome? I think that's Munchausen
Oh, I
syndrome.
think
Yeah.
that there was a movie about that where the lady was making her like fake, kept trying to like tell people her daughter was sick. She was making her daughter sick. She didn't want to share her daughter with the world. Her daughter really thought she was sick, and then when she finally like found out that she wasn't
It was her
sick,
mother
like
doing it.
her
Yeah.
daughter tried to escape.
Wait, is that that's the you talking about the show that was on Netflix? That not Netflix, on Hulu?
I'm not. I don't remember, but it was. It probably came out around like last year, so I think it was a movie.
Oh no! So there was a TV show that was something similar like that, and then the girl, her and her boyfriend plotted to kill her mother.
Oh no, I don't know about all of that.
What show was that?
On Hulu, it's called The Act. That's what it's called.
I,
Oh, I think I heard it, but I never watched it.
Yeah, I didn't watch it. I seen episodes of it and got
And
the
I just
basic
think
gist
like
of
the
it.
person, it's some type of issue when you feel like you want to like keeps people from their family, keep people from like the outside world. Like, what is wrong with you that you
Exactly,
feel like you need to do that to somebody? Like,
exactly.
we are
It's
all human, relationship or not. Like, it's a
but
way of like now controlling is not. I don't feel like controlling is a man or woman like asking a female or man like I mean their man or their girl or boy as like, oh, where you going, or that to me is communication. I don't look at that as a form of control unless it's on some like they
no, but you
following you type
but
of
there's a
stuff
thin
or they
line.
telling you.
There's a thin line there because you're right. That's not control. But the minute the person be like, "Oh, I'm about to go do," and then you start accusing them of shit because you want to, you know what I'm saying, to make them feel away so they don't. That's control. That's a form of control. So like when dudes do the thing where it's like, oh, they try to accuse their girl of fucking niggas just because they don't want them to be around niggas kind of thing.
Well, that
Control.
too,
That's a
and they insecure as hell. Like that be the bottom line. Or they
no.
doing
But
it so
sometimes,
they doing it so bad. They the ones cheating,
but then
so they
sometimes they know their
wanna.
girl and they know how easy she can be. That's a thing too. That's also a
But
thing.
why even be with somebody if you feel
People,
like that? Like why
people,
even?
no, people like people. People like people personalities, but that don't mean that somebody doesn't like attention enough that they gonna wanna. You know what I'm saying? You might fuck with somebody and they cool, and they was easy, but you like them. You know what I'm saying? So you know that. No, for real, because it don't just be that. Sometimes it don't even be a chick that's easy like that, but she is easy. She don't think she easy, but niggas know she easy. You know what I'm saying? So a nigga might know, and it'd be like on some, nah. Because I know as soon as you get
Sorry, I
around,
had to get myself together.
but
as
you
soon as
can't
you
say
get
that to
around your
certain chicks.
friends, you know what happened.
Yeah, exactly. As soon as you get a shot in you, you get two shots in you. You on the table waving your bra around your head. Like, come on, you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but there's chicks that be like that. Can I get
I'm
a
gonna
lighter?
need these six names, well, because I need to cross-reference this.
For real.
He said, I need six
Cross
names.
reference. Cause what was y'all doing in the relationship? What's up, Ice? Are you all good now?
Yeah, I'm good.
All
Hi,
right.
guys.
150 for these?
So
So
we
I,
talk, of course, we talking about controlling relationships. We just right now kind of talking about what we think or how we feel that, what control means in a relationship. So far we talking about the physical, the mental, downplaying somebody, telling them you ain't never gonna find nobody like me, but you treating me like the worst person in the world. I don't know if I want to be with somebody like you. I don't want to find another you. But
Exactly.
so yeah, we're talking about that. What do you think when someone says or like somebody might come to you or talk to you or anything, even in your own experiences, like when you hear controlling relationship, like what comes to mind?
Oh, you going in and out, TZ? Hold on.
sometimes I
Huh?
think when people
Okay, I
be
think I
stuck,
went back. You was going in and out. I couldn't hear you for a second. State the question again.
When you hear like control, when you hear somebody say like they're in a controlling relationship, what comes to mind?
Um, so I want to say, um, trying to make the other person do things your way, like. And don't get me wrong when I say that because it could be sometimes it could be a way that you trying to have that person change how they move or think because maybe the way they're moving is not the way it's supposed to be. But you can't make a person do something they don't want to do or they're not ready to do. Having a simple conversation to me is the best route to go, but not like, you know, oh, this is what you got to do to get this done, and this is what you got. Like that's 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 power playing. Basically, you power tripping.
Yeah.
Because what works for you might not work for that person.
Right.
What else? I don't. This subject right here. I'm telling you, I was like, oh boy, I got a lot to say about because when it comes down to controlling and actually, you know, trying to bring things to the table to fix things is two totally different things. But sometimes people go above and
Misconstrue.
beyond to try to make the person right.
It's too.
I
It makes the person
Well, I can't, and I'm not gonna get up right now. I'm doing my
agitated,
show, baby girl.
like I don't know, it aggravates
no,
the
no.
I'm
person.
Listen,
too sensitive for it.
I
It
just
makes
had a
the
situation like
relationship.
that. Like, so I just had a not where
Uh,
I was like dealing with the person, but yeah, where they were overexerting themselves and then complaining that the energy they wasn't getting back was a problem. But it's like, yo, you're not even like you doing way too much. The expectation put on the situation is the problem. Not that the energy isn't being returned, it's the expectation put on the return of energy. You know what I'm saying? That's a sense of control.
I'm in a podcast, so if you don't want to be on it, but shoot.
So is that person having standards, or is it the expectations
No,
of
that's not
what?
because you
Like,
can't
what's the?
because now you're trying to force a person to do something. That's not standards. That's you trying to
Oh
force a
yeah, if
person
you're
to.
trying to
You know what I'm
force
saying?
something, then yes.
Oh, da da da. I want this, and yeah, you. It's one thing to have standards, but then all right, for like this is not this situation, but I'm just saying. I'm giving you an example of how people can misconstrue standards with. You can't be like busting it over the camera, over a phone and camera. You know what I'm saying? After a few days of meeting one another or getting to talk to one another, but then you expecting no sex until after a second. Like that sounds crazy. That sounds ridiculous. That sounds wild. Like you get what I'm saying? Like what?
I'm
Yo,
what you
what?
And
saying,
then and then
Brad,
and
what
then
you
what
saying
you
is
expecting for a date is
Brad,
crazy. It's
Brad, what you
extravagant,
saying is
and it's like, come on.
what Webb is saying is, look, I'm here for the advertisement.
Yeah.
What they're
No,
doing.
no. What Webb is saying, actually know your worth. Not to say that they're not worth anything. That's not what I'm saying. Don't misconstrue that at all. What Webb is saying, don't fool yourself trying to fool somebody else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you.
That's it. That's
Webb
what I'm
like, look,
saying. Like,
I'm here for the advertisement. I seen what was going on. What you mean, no?
yeah, you know, like,
No.
So she said no. You just out of here.
no, not even that. It's like not even just saying a no because it was a yes, but the yes is with stipulation. So then it's like, wait, what? That don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about my situation. I'm explaining the example. Like you can't. You know what I'm saying? Like that doesn't make sense.
But what? Oh, you
So
saying like so the stipulations like she like, but you
you
gotta wait
expecting
until you take
for
me
the
out
first
this
date,
amount of times to get some.
and the type of date you want is hold on, what? Like be real. Guess not to say that you don't deserve as extravagant. You may not from here though. And that's the point. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the thing. That's a thing. You get what I'm saying?
No, I get what you're saying.
So it's a sense of it's a sense of bullying within trying to create a relationship. You can't
So
like
that's not her standards. You think that it's just like somebody trying to get over on you. It's her like saying like,
trying because then now once let's say I fall in and do these things. The minute that I'm not on the page that you want me to be on, it's gonna be a super duper problem. And we only here now because you fooled yourself up to this point. Like, and I had a part in it too, but
right?
you fooled
Because
yourself
you,
up to
I'm
this
gonna
point.
say, but if you sit there and let it linger on and you choose to indulge in it,
But see,
then
that's the thing. When you don't indulge in it, that they get mad. They get super mad. Like a chick gets super mad. Like it's like, yo, what? Not all chicks, but you know what I'm saying? When they do that, I'm just talking about a control situation. This is a situation under the umbrella of control. I'm not saying this is how females are. I'm just saying this is an example of
No,
control.
I get it. I get it. I mean, that could be a form of control, I guess. I mean, some women, they could use that to their advantage. Some women might get men to take care of them or take them out on expensive dates like that. But I just think, I don't know if I would consider that. I mean, I get what you're saying about the. I get what you're saying where you're trying to go about the control part of it. But
'Cause
that might just be
it's
too like manipulation or somebody just being a user.
yeah,
I
it's
would
like
use
a
those
dude.
kind of words, I think, with somebody
No, no,
like
no, no, no,
that.
no. I wouldn't say a user because I like.
I mean, what if, but
Well, it could be a
if
user. It
every
could be.
time she goes, if every time she meets somebody, and every time her thing is, you need to take me on this expensive ass date after on the second or the first two dates, it could be a form of that's just her standards because she probably either she could feel like she could provide like that and she expect the same in return. It could be that
But
she's
what?
using men to
But it,
just
yeah,
go to these expensive nice restaurants,
it could
or
be
it
she
could just
never had that before, and she sees the opportunity to get that with somebody who she thinks she no.
also okay. So then she's trying to get over on a situation.
But people got to be honest. Like it's like a dude trying to it's like a dude trying to get over on a chick and he broke, but he trying to convince her that he got bread and he you know what I'm saying? He's that nigga wherever he's from and he not.
Yeah, that's cool. Hey Tiffany,
Like
Hello.
okay, this chick
she frozen. Oh, we can hear you though.
Y'all can
Um,
hear me?
yeah, but you frozen. But we
You
can hear you.
frozen.
Yeah, we
I
can
know
hear
because
you,
I
you're
was
frozen.
sharing your live.
do you want to
I'm
put some
sharing
filter?
your live right now. That's why. You heard me?
Yup.
I'm sharing
I
your
heard
live,
you.
so that's why I'm
What
okay.
were you saying? I know I'm sharing it too. I'm actually tagging y'all all in it. What were you saying? Nate, you were about to say something.
I was saying Tiff frozen and she mean mugging us.
Oh, I know she do look mean mugging in that picture.
Yo, when I
Well,
was saying what I was saying, I thought I was her just listening to what I was saying, and so I'm like, yo, I was waiting for her to respond, but it's frozen. I realize that now.
So like, I don't know. I want to talk about like insecurities and it brings control. Like I feel like being insecure brings a lot of control in a relationship. Like don't get me wrong, like that's why I said it's so I feel like it's a thin line when you use the word controlling and stuff and like just how it's worded, how you go about it. Like if you had a partner or if you were in a relationship where you might have been constantly cheated on or whatever, and now every time your partner step out, you might question some things. I don't know if I would look at that as a form of control. Um, as much as somebody that is insecure just because their person might be social, they might, know a lot of people, they might have a lot going on, and that person might be dealing with their own self insecurities. And so they want to project that onto that person, like you said, and make them believe stuff and say stuff to them, to make them just stay where they're at. I think that is more of a form of like, okay, now you're trying to control the situation because you're insecure or you're insecure so you're always going to say these negative things to make me not want to go forward and move forward and do things. But like Isa said, like that control only gonna last but so long. I mean, unfortunately, some people deal with it for a very long time, but you cannot make somebody do something that they don't want to. And then again, like I
But
don't know.
it depends. All right,
I
now
don't
it depends on how smart you are, because you can get some help. You sometimes you can get people to do something they don't want to do,
Yeah, you can manipulate the situation, especially when people
depending
are
on
in love.
how much power you have in the situation.
one
Right.
person could
Look up.
always how about one person always just
Right.
thinking that they're right all the time? Like you could try to compromise and do certain things, but no matter what, they always think that they're right. So in a relationship, um, controlling could be like um, what the person feel like they can do and what they can't do. Like as far as in, I'm trying to give a good example, but I think y'all know what I'm talking about in relationships. Some people they always just think that they're right. So no matter what type of thing, no matter what type of thing that you try to put out there, a suggestion or whatever, is controlling, because no matter what, you're always right. There's no point of talking.
Yeah. That could be a form
So
of
it's like,
controlling.
Right.
But yeah, if you're making compromises and the person is still finding a problem, that is control.
I don't.
you said if they're making compromises
I
and
said if you're making compromises and the person isn't, yeah, that's control.
oh, okay. I didn't hear the last part that you saying control. Yeah. Like you
Well,
can
you
always
You making compromises for the
be
situation and they still are finding a problem after the fact, yeah, that is control.
Yep.
especially if they're not compromising themselves.
right.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
And
So where
then
do
how
y'all think?
it could go two ways. Sometimes you can end up compromising, but then somebody still find a different way to do something. It'll turn into a different scenario where, okay, we compromised on this, but now you found a different route that you're doing something again, but in a whole different way. So now
Yeah.
it's like compromise, but you still found a way to still do something else. Now we got another problem. Now it's like the person is nagging them or all up on their shoulders about something, but
Now
you
you're
keep finding
controlling
different.
them when it gets to that. Right. That's what I think I was trying to say. Like, it's a
Yeah.
difference.
No, but that is. But I mean, I hear what you're saying, and I agree. But it's like you have to
You was
differentiate
right,
because
and
that
then
was
I just brought
I
up
used to
something
have
else.
that issue. I used to have that issue in my relationship. Where it would be like a problem. Then she would say that I'm finding another way to do something, but I'm like, yo, I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not doing shit.
But then the crazy part is, you know what I don't like is that when somebody they're expressing their self to you, so some things you obviously can't see. We, the person, is not speaking for nothing. That it's a different scenario, something that you're
Then that's
doing.
exactly.
The person wouldn't be saying it for nothing. It's just that you can't obviously see something yourself that you're doing on somebody. They're expressing what is happening, so you're gonna take it in and try to still work with the process, or you still gonna have problems after problems after problems.
Right. So where do y'all think that control, like, where do you think that that comes from? Do y'all think that that's inner, like, I know we said insecurities, but, like, where do you think that that comes from? Does it stem from maybe,
Trauma.
like, growing
It's
up?
trauma. It's trauma.
It
It
could be
comes from
growing
trauma.
up. It could be having your own. You can have your own agendas by controlling somebody in the way that you want to do, so that you can do whatever. It could be so many different things.
Yes,
People
that's what I
develop
feel like,
people
too. It could be so many different things.
people develop control from having a time in their life where they felt they wasn't in control and they don't ever want to be like that again. That's where they developed that from. Where they felt like, so that's why people that's like molested and people that like not all people that's been molested. That's not what I'm saying, but people who have been molested or people who have been in situations where they were dominated. Once they get to they don't want to ever be controlled like that again. That's how sometimes I've had like a conversation with them, like lesbians. Some lesbians, that's how they become like dykish, like a male. I'm not speaking for all of them, but I'm saying with conversations I've had with some, that's how they become that way because it's a violation of that male female trust from early. So they take on that role because they don't want that to ever, they got to protect themselves. They don't want that to ever happen again.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
So who do
So
y'all think? Okay,
so
I
I'm
agree
not
with,
saying they are
I understand
controlling, but
what
I'm
you're
just saying like
saying.
when people do develop control and problems with control is because they've been in situations where they were always dominated, where they weren't ever in control.
That make a little sense.
So who do you guys think are more controlling, men or women?
Ooh.
Depends on the person, because it's like because the thing, this is the thing. When women are being controlled in a relationship, you can tell sometimes, and sometimes it's hidden. Sometimes it's hidden really well, but for the most part, you can tell because she just is out of it. She's not there. With a dude now, it'd be the same thing sometimes, but it's harder because as the male, you're supposed to, you know what I mean, do for your woman. You're supposed to take care of your girl. So if she's controlling, it's harder to really. She got to be super duper controlling for people on the outside to watch it and be like, that's a problem. Because if not,
Yeah.
they're gonna see it and it's just gonna look like a relationship. You know what I'm saying? It's hard. It's a little harder to spot,
Mm.
and
Well, I
Usually,
we
the
think
talk
stronger,
about that a lot.
usually,
You got to be,
usually what
huh?
happens, stronger personality in a relationship takes over the relationship. So usually, if the woman is the most outgoing one and she like to go clubbing and she like to be out all the time, she's most likely the one that's controlling things because she's like, I want to do this. It's not we want
But
to do this. It's
also,
more like I thing. I want to go out. I want to go shopping. I want to go to the restaurant. I want to do this. And the guy
right.
usually is the one that's like, or the non-dominant one is mostly like, I'll just tag along, whatever you want to do. That's how it
but it's
usually works.
also,
I
it,
I like how you
but it's
talked about
also,
that, Nate, about dominant being the more dominant one. I think that has something to do with control too, to an extent.
Even
but you
even like
also got,
if you're in a relationship and y'all both got goals, right? And one person's goal is to be successful, and the other person's goal is just to be with you. Who's going to be the most dominant one?
The one that wants to
The
be
one that want to be
successful.
successful.
So the one that's successful,
hello?
he or she's gonna want to do things in life. You're gonna want to get out more. You're gonna want to meet more people. You're gonna want to travel or something. And then the other person is just like, I just want to be in your life. So, like I said before, someone's gonna get
And
bored.
that's how they can control the person, manipulate the
Fact.
situation. Because when
There
you
you
got
go.
somebody that just wants to be with you and they are all about you and they care about you and they love you and they want to be down with what you're doing, it's going to be easy for the dominant person to manipulate, control the situation, to make that person feel like, whatever. And instead of that, I feel like instead of the dominant person, they should be embracing that and, doing the right thing in that type of situation. A lot of times they abuse it.
Okay, so I'm going to put myself in there because I was in a situation
Oh,
like
wait,
that.
why I can't hear nobody? Everybody frozen.
Everybody frozen?
Nate is over here looking like the TV back in the days when we used to be watching porno and they used to pay-per-view. Yo, Tiffany. Oh, there, Tiffany moved her head. All right.
I'm here.
Hey, what's up, Edward? He said, what's up, buddy? He said, it's no I in the word team. Right. But
Right,
it
That
always is more of a dominant one, I feel like, in the relationship.
right.
Like it's,
So
oh, but
Teezy,
I mean, go ahead.
let me give you an example. So I was in a relationship where I'm not gonna lie, I was the dominant one. Always been the dominant one. I'm headstrong. I like to go for things that I want in life. As far as like basically maturing and growing, buying a house, um, better job, more money. Trying to bring more money in the house, coming up with ways, businesses, and then you got the other half who just all into me. I don't want that. I didn't want that. That's not what I want. I want it to be we are accomplishing things together.
Mm-hmm.
But the agenda was different. So when I wasn't I didn't abuse it because I didn't like it. Because at the end of the day, as a woman, I feel like a man shouldn't just be into just me. Like you gotta have goals too. Like what do you want to do? I used to always bring it up. Like what you want to do? What goals do you have? What are you doing to reach those goals? And I wasn't getting any answers at all. Period. No answers whatsoever. And it was frustrating because as a woman, I'm like, well, damn, I might as well be by myself at the end of the day because I'm trying to make all these moves and you just sitting in the background like, oh, whatever you want to do. No, it's not. That's not a relationship at
fact.
all. Period.
Yeah, I definitely understand where you coming from. Um, some
Like I
people
said,
what you say, Nate?
I said that's a fact. It's going to become a stalemate in a relationship. Like one person can't have goals and trying to succeed and get their goals while the other person is sitting around.
And
Because then after
sometimes
a
when you
while,
get so caught up in love, hey Diana, hey Jamal, what's up, y'all? Thanks for tuning
Hey
in.
guys.
Let me know if you want to come on, Jamal. So like I think sometimes too, because I probably was like that when I was younger. Like even though I was in the relationship I was in for so long, I was young, but I think sometimes you could get like if you're a person that like loves hard, I think like sometimes you could get so caught up in love that you start but like not understanding like listen, we could be in love, we could do this, but let's work on the other stuff as well. And I think like sometimes that does play a factor where it's like yo, all my attention is on this person, I want to be with this person, different things like that. And I think like I don't know, I think I was like that a little bit like with my I feel like I was like all the time. I mean, I always was about something. I always did things with my life. I always was in school. I always, tried to work and stuff like that. But I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I was blinded by that love. I was like, well, I wanted to go where you going. What we doing? Like, so no, for real. And, now I get to a point of but now when I'm on my shit and I'm doing my thing and now I'm dominant, it could be a problem. So it's like where you find that even balance at?
I mean, you gotta create it. Like you gotta create it. You gotta find someone that's doing. I want to do what you're doing. Like
Right.
what's the saying? Two yoke, two like the same yoke.
Oh, equally yoked?
Yeah, if you're not equally yoked, it's not gonna balance out. Like you just had, like I said before, you have one person that wants to thrive and feel more in life, and then you have the other person that's just there for the ride. So now you looking at the other person like, what you gonna do? Like
Right.
you gonna help me, or just go sit back and
watch.
do nothing?
Right.
Gotta
And
be
then
Enjoy
too
the
open
fruits of our
minded.
labor.
yep, there you go. And then that's when the control comes in. Because now you can manipulate, both partners can manipulate each other. He or she don't want to do nothing. So he's like, all right, I gotta stick around and do just enough to interest you.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Where the other person
Right.
is like, I'm not really interested in you, but you keep doing these little things to pull me back in. But really, I want to go and grow.
Now that's where the games come in.
So
Right.
it's two people manipulating each other for control.
Exactly. That was a good example, Nate. Nice.
I
And
heard a
that's
little
that's
bit. I
where
had to jump off real quick.
that's that's
Um,
where that's where standards come in. That's where people start letting either their standards fall or they let their standards rise. Like
but then
you're not
people
up
be
to my
trying
standards.
to like, what's crazy? It seems like people that have like, or they, I don't know what high, like, I don't know. I guess people have their own definition of what's high standards, what's low standards. I don't think that it all falls in the same category, but it seems like when you have like high standards or higher standards, it's like you get scrutinized for that. Like people talking crap to you and oh, you can't be like that. You can't have those type of standards. So for example, like what Webb brought up about the girl wanting to go out to eat at expensive restaurants. That's why I said either it could be something that she know she could get back in that situation, and that's just what she expects from the person she deal with, or it could be something else. Like it's
Right.
like you just don't know.
But yeah,
Diana
that's
says sometimes we mistake lust for love.
that.
Girl, yes. And then it says one
True.
hand cannot clap. So if we're in a relationship, it should just be that work together to make a solid foundation. Yes, of
Amen.
course. Of course.
But
What's
like
up,
I used to
DJ
say,
Enigma?
if one is working to make a foundation and the other one's just sitting there, holding the shovel,
Yeah, you gotta move. You gotta maneuver at
do
some point.
Move around.
you,
Right.
do you sit back and keep being manipulated on doing most of the work, or do you just carry your partner?
But I feel
And
like just
we've all had
because
that
some
conversation.
like nah
I
We've
go
mean,
all
ahead,
it's
had that
Pastor.
okay to
conversation
carry
where we
people
say
sometimes, but not all the not the
exactly.
whole time.
And like I was about to say, we all had that conversation where we like, okay, my partner down, let me help my partner up. But if your partner
Right.
never gets up on their own feet and you still carrying them, you being manipulated.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Right,
Simple as
but
that.
that is true. And I don't think that I don't feel now because a lot of us up here, even in, like the women y'all was saying, like a lot of us might be dominant, but I don't think that always come with you being controlling just because you're the dominant one. I mean, if you with somebody that's with you because they just love you and they want to be with you and I can see where it could be aggravating and it's like, okay, we got to do some stuff together now, like far as like trying to level up. So I
Right.
And
definitely,
some people Some people don't really know that they're being that dominant. Sometimes you got to learn yourself because you so used to being yourself that when you go to somebody else, they like, tone it down. Like I know that I might be a little tough or whatever. So I try to come into, my feminine energy as well, but it takes a certain type of person to be able to take what you got as well.
Right.
Right, and I think a lot of us females that are dominant, a lot of that also has to do with just us handling everything on our own, taking care of business, making sure everything is, and I think that comes with us having that. It's that structure, is that we are the head, we are the forefront, and I think a lot of that has to do with that. But I mean, at the same time, you can't be controlling. Let me read a couple of these comments before you guys say something. So Diana said, okay, we read that. Bodie said, love is the highest elevation of understanding. We not talking about love. We not talking about control. And this is not a relationship. We're talking about slavery.
Okay.
Wow.
That's my Uncle Bodie. He gets deep.
Yeah, that was
So
deep.
Diana said, yes, but you have to state your cards, your expectations from the get-go. I'm not
Exactly.
here to babysit, but I will help when necessary. And then she said, true Tiffany, and oftentimes we bring that same baggage to the new relationship.
Yeah.
That is
That's how
So
that
Philly,
happens.
Go ahead,
And then
DJ.
you
Y'all know I would really be going here. Oh, sorry.
so
Who's talking
good
first?
evening.
Sorry, because I was talking and I don't know if I was talking over somebody.
DJ Amos trying to talk right now. I'm about to
Um
get a bell for y'all.
first of all,
Okay.
good evening to everybody.
what's
Good
up?
evening.
What's up? What's up? Good evening.
I saw the topic earlier, and I wasn't sure if I was gonna tap in or not. I'm gonna be honest with you, because this is one of them topics that tend to go left and way
Yeah,
right
and people get.
sometimes, right?
That's why I
But
gave my disclaimer.
right,
That's exactly why.
but I don't know. I'm only 45. I say only. I don't know what our age ranges are. It don't really matter. But at the same time, I think I'm a bit old school in many ways. Relationships is definitely one of them. But I'm also open to some new ideas and things. Right. So, number one, um, like the dating game, the relationship game, marriage even, is totally different these days. Every situation is unique in its own way, right? So when I join discussions like this and I start hearing stuff like, well, if my man ain't paying all the bills, he don't need to be in my life. Well, if that's what you're really looking for, good luck.
Right.
Because, like, don't get me wrong, there used to be a day where the man held down everything, right? And I think it still is if you can accommodate it. You know, I don't know of a man that wouldn't hold things down, just like I don't know of too many women that wouldn't mind holding things down if financially the ball was in their court. I just think that we put a lot of pressure on us as men. My brother posted something the other day. It says a dog is the only animal in the world that gets unadulterated love. Like, you love your dog, but as men, we're only loved if we're providing something. Now, then that may be an argumentative point by
Wait. What
females,
was the point? I'm sorry, I missed it. I
but
missed the point. I missed the
but
point.
I just jumped back in. So what you say? All I heard was
okay,
men don't get love.
all right.
Like
So
Say it
what?
again.
the statement says, it was a post that my brother put up a couple weeks back, and it said the only animal in the world that gets unconditional love is a dog. The only way men get unconditional love is if they provide something.
Yeah.
Now, there's many who would agree with that. And I'm not too sure I disagree with it. Let me put it that way. But my overall feeling about relationships is both people have to bring something to the
To the
table.
table. That's right.
Like, I don't care if I got all the riches in the world and I give you financially, you go.
oh,
It's
he's
breaking
freezing up.
up. Now it's muted.
Hold on.
So
It might
All
be
right.
me because of where I'm traveling.
That was me. Whew, I was like, oh no.
Yo.
but do you agree with that? Only a dog gets unconditional love. Do y'all agree with that?
No.
Yo,
Yeah.
I'm about to
Right,
choke
hold up.
I
everybody,
think
all
he
the
was
men on this
going
show.
somewhere with
Listen,
that.
like,
Like,
People don't even give their
you
kids
know what? It
unconditional
makes
love.
me cringe. Like, for the type of female that I am, it makes me. I mean, I definitely agree to an extent. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and act like a lot of people do not have that type of mentality to where, you know, with men, like you have to be taking care of them or doing something for them to get your respect, for them to get anything out of it. And I get that, and I agree with that. Yes, I do, but I don't agree with that because it's just women that are really like they just how should I word this? It's not about, yes, we all should bring something to the table, so I'm not talking about that. But there are really women out here that really genuinely like love a man for just who he is, not what he has, not what money he could bring to the table.
right.
And it really cringes my freaking soul when, and I get it because I'm not a man, so I can't get mad at y'all because as a woman, I might have my own experience, but as a man, I don't know how many times y'all might have been in a relationship to where it was, damn, she didn't respect me until I brought something to the table. And I get that.
Right.
But I'm not, as a woman that's not like that, I can't say I agree with that 100%. So that's where, but I do understand where y'all are coming from.
So,
Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna second you, Teezy, because I was in a relationship for 17 years. When I had my daughter, I've always been, in the beginning, I was the one who, like I said, I was the dominant one. So when it was time for me to go back to work, it was, oh, we didn't really want everybody to watch our daughter. We didn't just want anybody. It was kind of hard. She's a newborn. It was his first baby, so he was skeptical. Because I was the dominant one, I went back to work and he stayed home. And guess what? I was cool with that. It didn't bother me and it didn't bother him. But of course, people on the outside was like, "Oh, that you should have been home and he should have been." Yeah, but once again, this is what
It's a
works best
baby.
for our household.
Yeah.
Right.
It works best for our household. And I wasn't never the type of woman that be like, "Oh no, nigga, you gotta go to work. You gotta bring this money in. You gotta do this." I did it myself with no problem, no ifs, ands, or buts. Didn't question it. Didn't tell him, "Oh nigga, you need to get a job." I didn't come home and like, "Oh, I gotta come back. This nigga ain't doing shit. He ain't bringing nothing to the table. All he doing is watching the baby." But guess what? He did something because he was there with his daughter. He was that parent. He was something that I could have. Yeah, I could have been home doing it, but we sat down and we talked about it, and not
It's
and
beneficial to both of them.
right, and not trying to. I'm not gonna downplay it. I'm not gonna lie. I brought home the most money, so why would I have him go back to work where we had to struggle when I could go back to work and make sure I made ends meet? So when he say that, I get it, but at the same token, you also got women and men out there who don't mind bringing something to the table. I've had, no matter what, he tried his best to make sure he did what he had to do. He made sure the house was clean. Like, I didn't have no problems with. He did bring something to the table. That was bringing something to the table. It didn't have to be financially, but he brought something else to the table, and that's to make sure that our house was stable. You know what I mean? So if people think like that, that's a problem. You can't think like that. It's what works best for you and your household, no matter
Yeah.
what anybody say. And don't get me wrong, sometimes that definitely can play a situation in a man's role, because sometimes the men in the back of their mind, they think about, oh, well, maybe she look at me as less than a man, or I've gotten that type of things, because after a while, he started to feel that way. He started to feel like, well, okay, well, maybe I should go back to work and I should do this because I feel like I'm not bringing enough to the table. But
Well, that's just a man feeling like a man for the most part, I think.
right, but I had to explain to him, like, no, this is just what it is. Don't worry about what everybody else looking in. Worry about what we doing.
Because the
How we
man
moving.
clothes over you or whatever. That's all that matters at the point of time because the baby is a baby. I feel like y'all doing what y'all have to do for you.
Right.
If he was using and abusing, he just like you go work or being controlling in this situation and forcing you, but y'all working together, so it's not really a
Right.
big deal. One is giving up the other because the tables could turn at any time where now you would have to stay at home and you will have to watch the kids while he go out. So everybody gonna have that moment of time where they're gonna go down. You never know what is
Right.
gonna happen.
But
Right.
then
So
you got
Tiffany.
those people that's controlling with their money. So it's like I'm making all the money. You gonna have to listen to this. This is my rules. I'm the one that. And see, that's when it becomes an issue because if we supposed to be working on this together and doing this together, you're not about to be controlling me because you're paying most of the bills or you might be buying
Right.
my stuff. You cannot control me in that manner to
Right.
say I'd rather
Right.
be working at a low paying job making whatever to take care and fend for myself before I have somebody use their money to say I pay this, I do this, and this is what it is, and this is what the rules gonna be.
No,
Like no.
no,
Especially if they
Uh,
allow
you
you to
can't
be
do
in that
that.
position.
I'm about to say, let me ask you this, Teezy. If you were in you were in a relationship, you were in a situation, and you were the one that was paying for everything, you had to take care of everything, you had to buy
Wait, say that
clothes, and
again.
if you were the one that had to pay for everything, like you had to buy his clothes, buy the food in the house, you were the one going out to work, you everything, right? You wouldn't control what he was doing.
No.
No, I mean, what do you like? That's why I said like no. I want to control what he was doing, but
His
I would
time will
definitely.
obviously the man time will
I
come.
would
Sorry,
at
Tim.
some point, I would at some point want him to, of course, eventually we're gonna have to come to that discussion where it's like, okay, like I said before on the show plenty of times, I have no problem holding it down. But at some point it's like, okay, now where are we going on the next level? But I'm not gonna control like, oh well, you can't go here, you can't do this, you can't. No, it's all about communication. Like now, if you disrespecting me, or if you cheating on me, or if you now when all this stuff start factoring in, then I'm not saying I'm controlling you, but I'm not gonna trust you. Like stuff like that. But to control you because I'm handling the family
Right.
stuff right now, no, I'm not. But I would. I mean, I would love you to respect what I'm doing. I want you to show me that respect. I want you to understand that I'm out here busting my ass to make sure that we are right. So you're gonna have to treat me with the utmost respect. Once I feel like I'm doing all this stuff, then I might start feeling used. Then I might start feeling like, all right, this person ain't never gonna do nothing with themselves. It depends, I think, on the situation and when things start to factor in. But off rip, no, I'm not gonna try to control you. It's
So,
communication. We supposed to come to the table with these things. If you might want to do something, we talk about it. If you might need to say like, listen, I'm trying to handle this to make sure, I'm trying to do this new adventure, blah 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 blah, and I got it, and I want to help you to because I'm supposed to then it's no problem. But I think other things factor into where I might start feeling like, all right, but I'm never gonna control you with my money. But if I see that I'm doing everything and you're not contributing at all, I will probably start feeling used. So
So I want to I got broke up a little bit, but I wanted to add one more tidbit to this because I know I said a couple little things and it broke up. But I can personally speak from an experience where I've been in a marriage and obviously different relationships, right? I got to a point in my former marriage where we're both breadwinners, like, but at the end of the day, it was never a competition about who made the most money because we
You going
both
in to get
took
yours
care
done
of
too?
home, huh? Oh,
Oh no, go
because we
ahead.
both
Sorry.
we both took care of things in the house, but on a personal level, it became an issue because it's like I'm always honoring this person, whatever a birthday, stuff like that come up, we honor each other, and then it got to a point where they stopped honoring, and I'm like, wait, but I honored you, like I don't understand what the problem is, and it came down to a financial thing, right? And it's like, well, I don't have no money, so I can't honor you, but we can work things out like that. So fast forwarding from a marriage basically kind of dissolving itself, if you will, being very nice. Um, it started from a financial perspective, right? So I realized leaving that situation, I got to be a little bit more on top of my finances, not for just the house, but for me personally, to take
Right.
care of and do what I need to do, right? So then I get divorced and I'm back on the market, if you will. Let's call it that, right? And I'm starting to realize that the females that I was dealing with, let's put it that way, there was on some real BS. Like, you working, you supposed to be holding down your situation because we're not living in the same house. Like, we each got our own situation. But I'm working, I'm holding mine down, and yet I'm still finding that I'm shedding more money out in your direction. You know, and it's like, okay, begs the question, like I said earlier, what are you bringing to the table in this relationship? Because it seems like your finances are your finances, but my finances are our finances.
Oh, we talked about
You know,
Yep.
so again, I know you have some stuff to bring to the table, but what are you actually bringing to the table to support one another? Like, and it got to a point, I have no shame in saying it. This person started living with me with an agreement that you're going to help me out because you're not coming over here for free.
right.
Right. And I never got a dime. Never got a dime. So I got to a point where it's like, all right, now we need to have the conversation about how is it that we're in this relationship? Who's contributing what where? Now you're living with me and you ain't contributing. Like, I feel like you think that you should live for free, but you got money coming in that goes to your clothes, your liquor, your weed, whatever it is you got going on, but you're not contributing over here. So the element of relationships
That's
has changed.
selfish.
So it is very selfish. It has changed so much that you really do find yourself in very unique situations, right? Like, you know, you say love. I heard pieces of the conversation earlier. Love make you do this. Love make you do that. Lust make you do this. Lust make you do that.
That's
Right?
true too.
And at the end of the day, when I saw this topic, I'm like, yo, this is a wonderful conversation, but it's going to end up going in circles, right? And most conversations do these days. But one thing that's for sure is we are now, in my opinion, we are in a space when it comes to relationships where it's almost like the Wild Wild West. Those of us who are older, we try to go by what and I know that's going to start an
It's
argument,
so
but those of
scary.
us who are old soul, let's put it that way, we hold on to things that really make sense. And when we bump into situations with either a male or a female that's like sideways, it's like, yo, but wait, you on that next level bullshit that you on.
Right.
Like, because at the end of the day, a relationship will never, in my opinion, never ever be 50-50. Not in many cases, we're not equally yoked. And then we try to act like we're equally yoked, and that presents a problem, right? Because those who are equally yoked, we should, whatever the agreement is, if we agree that the man pays the mortgage and the woman pays the utilities, or the man pays everything, whatever the agreement is, it's supposed to work for us. I like what Issa said earlier. Whatever works for us, works for us. But yet and still, I run into conversations where it's like, no, if you're not paying my bills, get out my life. No, I'm not paying half the mortgage. That's what you're supposed to do. And it's like somebody might point a finger, just I'm using names here. Nah, Webb ain't no man because Webb don't pay the mortgage. But my man Nate over here pay the mortgage, so he's the man. What makes them the difference if that's what works in their home? They're still each the man. You know what I mean? And the same thing in reverse for a woman. I agree with you, Teezy. I let that be my last statement. Sometimes those who make the bread want to control everything, and that's not okay either. I think that's selfish. I think that's selfish. This conversation going for hours and hours, but I want to hear y'all talk, not me.
Thank you for that. Nah, you said some real
All
stuff.
right. Oftentimes though we hear like that, that. All right, men. There's been a lot of situations where men say, because I'm gonna say it like that, so people don't think like I'm just saying that women are this way, and men say that when women make the money in the relationship, they start to control. There's a meme out there, and I'm not just going.
Your phone breaking up, Webb.
Yeah, well, you breaking up there. So, okay, I got a question though.
And when a
Go ahead,
woman is
Nate.
making money, she feels like she doesn't need a man.
Oh. Webb, your phone was breaking up, so we didn't hear nothing you said.
Yeah, he froze now.
Go ahead, Nate.
So, like, the person making money, do you believe that the person making money can also be manipulated in a relationship?
In what way?
And anyway, like I said before, the person that's not making the money is just chilling, like, don't really want to do nothing. Most of the time, they
Okay,
say
wait.
it's guys.
Oh, you hit it on the nose.
You mean like using somebody, like taking
Most of
advantage
the
of that
time, they
person
say
that's
it's
out?
guys sitting home playing PlayStation while their girl at work. But sometimes it be the girl sitting home doing absolutely nothing while the guy's at work.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I
then,
don't know about that
then,
life.
and then before you respond, and then I gotta come home, ain't no food cooked, house look like shit.
I knew he was about to say that.
You come home and you wonder, like,
Okay.
what you been doing all day? Like, shit look the same way when I left 10 hours ago. What's going on? And they're like, well, I was busy doing this and this and that and that. Do you feel like that's a form of control? Like, is that a form of
Yes.
manipulation? Like, they know
Yes.
they sit home and they not,
Yes. Yes.
but
Because that's my next point. So on top of the example that I gave y'all about my situation, after a while, boom, baby girl get big. Baby girl in school. We don't need no more babysitter. Now we're comfortable with being home. Why is
That's
that?
why I say that you enable them to an extent, I would say.
Right. But then when you start to sit down and have these grown up conversations about it, you're wrong. Or I'm wrong. And it's not to say, oh, well, you need to get a job, because now, okay, now our situation has changed. So now it's your time to go and do what you need to do for yourself and as well as the household. I'm
Right.
wrong. But it's funny because, like you said, I enabled it. So I got to take responsibility on some part but then again, I don't. Because, like I said, this is what worked for
That was
our
I say
situation.
that's best works for you. But when you have like a weak minded person that thinks like, okay, this is it, like this is what I'm gonna be doing all of this time. Like, no, at some point things are gonna change to where, okay, now like you said, my daughter older, it's time for us to sit at the table, maybe change how the situation has changed. So, but I feel like when somebody is like that, where they like, nah, this how I'm gonna be. Like, I don't know, you weak minded a little bit if you think that at some point that you're gonna have to like do something more than just sitting at
Right.
home. Like, unless you bringing in businesses, unless you making money from home, stuff like that. But at some point, you're gonna have to like,
Cut
do
and
Okay.
something.
cut and
huh?
And
add. At some point, you gotta cut. I don't mean break up with them. I mean cut off the supply. Now, in your situation, Issa, it went from a need of the family to comfortability. And
right.
comfortability in his case, not while you might have still been able to hold things down financially, to me, it was a selfish act on their part because they now can contribute to what's going on, but the
Right.
comfort of it was what had them staying home. And another level of comfortability, and again, I personally, I was with someone, I was better off financially at the time, and they weren't. Still with them,
Having a
not
baby.
living together, but dropping food for your house. I'm dropping money on this bill for your cell phone, whatever the case may be. And then I'm realizing, wait, hold up. Did I just become somebody's sugar daddy? Like it's like, oh, you really want to see
Yep.
me, you need something, right? So
Right.
that type of behavior can lead to us as the stronger ones being manipulated, taken advantage of, as
Right.
Nate is saying. Now, once I made it clear, oh, I peep game. I see what you doing. I cut you off from all of that. Guess what else I cut off? The relationship. And it was me not giving you now. Now you don't want to call me. And I promise you, it was like months had gone by before there was even a confirmation. It's like, oh, wait, my phone ringing from this person? Nah, they want something. So the moment you tell them no, click, boom. People will only do what we allow them to
Allow them
do.
to do.
And if we get stuck in love or lust, we allow them to take advantage of us.
Yep, that's very
Amen.
true.
And that
That's
was my
very
point
true.
right there.
Mm-hmm.
I
Get
like
it on the
that.
nose, Nate.
So, but even in that situation with the guy staying at home, right? I'm sure she would drop hints like, not even hints, just be like, so you look for a job today? Like, you make some phone calls, put some
Well,
resumes in.
so
Or that
Nate,
like
Yeah, like
I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I wouldn't even, cause to me that's still trying to a little bit downplay. So I was even being even nicer. Like, okay, like, you know, what's your next step? Like, what do you want to do? Like, talking grown people, like the grown people way, not attacking a situation and make it seem like I'm trying to like push you, but motivate you. Like, okay, what you want to do? Like, what's your next step? What? Okay, this job didn't work out for you. You didn't like this job, so what do we do now? Motivation, trying to elevate. Because don't get me wrong, I'm not going to lie. I don't want to make it seem like this person was just like a nothing-ass person, but the family background, the family composition he came from was definitely not it. No role model, no motivation, no nothing. So at the end of the day, I was that person. But like I said, I enabled him. I made him comfortable to where he like, well, shit, you holding everything down. What I need to do for what? But then when boom, got in the groove of things, went back to work, everything going good. But then you start getting cocky.
that's it. You
You
start
start getting cocky. Where did this come from?
like nigga, I was just helping take care of everything. Now you want your high horse?
Yes.
No. Come right
Now
here.
you want to
We both right here. Relax.
Bring it back down. Bring it back down.
Bring it back
right.
down because your
Bring
ass
that
will be sitting
down.
on that couch again.
Because
Like,
did you not realize that at one point, and I don't like to do that because I'm not that type of person, because like I said, we were in that situation because that's what we agreed and we felt as though worked for our family. Now that you back on doing what you gotta do, now you wanna, oh, well, I do this and I do that. And okay, but what about you forgot that I was just doing it by myself? Like, what happened?
or they want to stunt and I mean I don't know. I don't know. I feel like the situation I was in, I would say more was like maybe a mental thing and more of like insecurities when it came to like control. It wasn't like him outright coming saying like you can't go nowhere, but he would try to like say things that would make you want to be like, damn, I might as well not even go, like, or you want to go chill, or that's what I said. Like it takes to me like I'm a very social person, like, but that's just who I am. But when you with somebody that to me is insecure and they just think the worst and you about to try to go out or you got to go meet with somebody or you got to do this or you got to do whatever, then it's all these different things that try to come in and control the situation and be like, nah, you not going, without actually saying you can't go. If you get what I'm saying, like it just makes you start thinking and you just be like, you know what, it's not even worth it, or I don't want to get in an argument, or every time I step out is this, or you thinking this, like. So, like I said, for me, financially, I don't know if I've ever been in a situation where I was controlled because of somebody's finances. But I think, like, mentally, yes, in a way. Because it's just always like, you always try to find a way to make that person feel like less than. Like, how you trying to make me feel less than because of who I am and what I got going on? Like, that's, to me, you're insecure. You got stuff going on, and you're trying to control this whole situation.
Right.
Or like even around family, like, oh, why don't you just stay with me? Or, you know, things like that. But then try to tell you like, oh, go out. Well, make up your mind. Because at the end of the day, you're not making no sense. And I just felt like that was control to an extent. Like, but then, you know, he would be like, I'm not controlling. I don't tell you that you can't do nothing. I don't tell, yeah, you didn't tell me that. But it's things that you said and how you acted and arguments that were started over nothing. Like you making shit up in your head because of what the fuck you got going on. Like, you cannot try to control me because you are insecure.
Right.
I think that.
Would you say in that?
Let me tell y'all right quick.
Tiffany.
Well, right now this show just got me. This show just got me into some stuff just now, for real.
Oh
Oh
my,
my
yo,
G.
Tiffany. Yo, Tiffany. Tiffany, you better tread lightly, yo.
Is this why you
Tiffany look like she on a run.
right?
Tiffany look like she on a run.
What happened? Say that again.
You want to
You look
run,
like you
Tiffany?
on a
Nah,
run.
that controlling stuff. He kept coming in the room. He kept coming back and forth in the room, and I'm trying to talk to y'all and stuff. So that's controlling how I'm feeling because I want to voice myself. Now he want to be
She had to,
communicating about everything, and so he's
Yo.
sending me on a mission somewhere. Like you're being like you really are being a little disrespectful because this is my blog. So at least you can say excuse me. So I put it on mute. So he's telling his cousin she can say whatever she want about me on the blog. Like it's not about you, and you need to calm down. So I'm out here on a mission.
I
And
can't.
then he said, I don't want you to go. And then at the end of the day, I'm still going. Like, it's ridiculous. He said, they talking about controlling. Yeah, I'm a show. The whole show I'm in control. I'm out of control.
But
You see how
let me
it
ask you
get?
this.
Oh
Let me
my
ask you this.
gosh.
Let me ask you
Oh
this.
my god.
Do you believe in the way of controlling? You use the example of going out. That's a real hot topic in the way of controlling your significant other, right? Now, when your significant other, you know how when you first get together with somebody, right? And y'all getting to know each other, you telling each other about your past and the things that you used to do. What happens though when it comes out about things that happen when we go out? When I go hang out with my girls, when I go hang out with my boys, this is what happened. And now all of a sudden, 8 months down the road, year down the road, now Teezy want to go out. But Teezy done told me about all the experiences that she done had when she went out with her girls. And I just got to ask, do we feel like any of that might play into why a man might seem so controlling in the way of y'all going out?
So that's what Webb was kind of saying in the beginning of the show. Like, he kind of said the same thing you were saying. Like, maybe because a man knows how his woman is, or she might have, like you said, told you her life, and now you over there like, well, shit. What makes you think you ain't gonna do that to me?
But
I mean,
it go both ways, Teezy, though, because it could be
oh,
the
you
other.
think I don't know that? Because these niggas out here, oh, I'm going with my boys. Yeah, what happened with you and your boys? You about to go hang with your boy that's the hoest of the hoes? Nah, nigga. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I used to have an issue with like what my kid's father, like if he's trying to go with his cousin, I used to have a problem. All trust went out the window before he even left the door. I did not care. I used to be like, hell nah. You about to go chill with him tonight? I know you about to cheat on me. And the shit used to have, I was like, nah, I don't trust you. Like, and I can't, not to say that we should have our own mind. We grown. We should be grown enough to make our own decisions and not have to follow behind what
Right.
whoever we around, doing. Unfortunately, sometimes it doesn't happen like that. But I ain't gonna lie, like trust was out the door. So I kind of agree with you. Like I used to be like, you going with who tonight? I used to be like CEO or like certain boys is. I used to be like, why do I go with them? Like no, like because I just knew that it was the bullshit. But then I can't even look at them. I gotta look at you as the person because you chose to still indulge and stuff and make that
Right.
decision. Like because it could be a man or a female that could be around their hoest or their hoest friends, but they really not doing that. They really just hanging with their peoples or whatever. Like so,
Right.
I mean, I get it, but
Okay. Okay, Teezy. So I'm about to flip it again. I'm the type of woman that feels like each party, male, female, is entitled to have that me time, to go hang out with your boys, with your girls, right? Now,
of course,
I was a homebody. I always was at home. It was work, school, home, kids, house. Always stayed in the house. When I came home from work, now mind you, I'm at work all day. He at home doing his thing. He even cooked. Like, I ain't gonna lie, like, one thing about our household is it wasn't just one person cooking and washing clothes and, cleaning up. It was the both of us. Go ahead, go do you. You've been in the house all day. Yes, you know, whatever. And when you do that, guess what happens? Things start to surface.
Well, if you're spending more time chilling with your peoples, and I said this 100 times, like I do not believe in being in a relationship and you spending more time with your friends. No. Yes, have your me time, go chill, whatever. But you supposed to be with that person. You're supposed to be doing things, growing, doing things together more than you're doing with your friends. Because that's when that becomes an issue. Like, nah,
Right.
no.
Okay. So let me ask you this, Teezy. Relationship is rocky. Now, I basically cut the whole world off, all my friends, right? So
Mm-hmm.
at this point, I had to sit back and think about some things, and I had to say, you know what? Why did I do that? Why did I cut everybody off? Because now I don't have no social life. Everything is about home and my significant other. So that's what I do. I start going out. I start hanging out with my friends more, doing things. Not saying that I neglected home. Never did that. But that's a problem because I stopped it. So now that I'm doing it, it's a problem. Remember we were talking about this the last show. Not the last show, but the show before that. And we were saying how, you know, what's not the norm, that's when people start to think stuff. So now I'm getting accused of doing X, Y, Z, and I'm getting accused of, oh, you cheating or you doing this because that's what you did. So now you want to accuse me of doing it.
Right, and that's a form of control.
That is definitely a form of control.
Exactly, and that's what it used to
It's
be.
a
Well, I
form
used to
of
be like, damn, I slept with this person, I slept with this person, I slept with all these people. Like, where the fuck? Like, it's just always was like, I don't know. For my situation, it was always I dealt with, like y'all know, most of y'all know my situation. I dealt with a lot of, I was cheated on a lot of stuff like that, but it always was reflected on me. Like, you're doing this. Like, I wouldn't even have to do nothing. Like, say if I see you, Nate, or DJ anyone, and I say hi to y'all, we know each other. We might have did some community work together. We might have did the show together, anything. And I'm with my significant other, who it was at that time, and I would say hi to y'all. Guess what's about to happen after I say hi to y'all? Oh, you messed with that person. Nobody got time to be dealing with nobody.
Can't
I
nobody
don't
have
know.
friends these
I'm
days.
like I said,
So,
when you are like the lifestyle I live, and like I said, I'm a home. Like, people always think I like to be out, but honestly, I like to be in my house more than I like to be out. To be honest, like, and when you deal with somebody like a public figure or somebody like me that do public speaking or know people, or I used to manage artists in Hartford that were rappers. Of course, I know the whole fucking rap. Like, of course I network. I got my shows. I'm doing this. How can you expect me not to be somebody that knows people and talk to people? That's not my problem that you're insecure as hell. I mean, not now because I'm not in a relationship, but that's not my problem that you are that insecure, because I don't make you feel like that. Me saying hi or having a conversation with somebody makes you feel insecure. No, it's
no,
because of what that person was doing constantly to me and trying to
right,
put that shit on me.
right,
Like,
insecurity and deflection.
huh?
right.
Insecurity and deflection.
Yup.
Social
Yup.
media, the social media. Oh, you talking to people on social media? I ain't gonna lie. First of all, I'm I have a nonprofit organization. I work for the court. I work with the youth. Like, I'm known everywhere. I have my own business. So of course, yes, everybody, even if I didn't know them for a long time, they know who I am. Like I don't know everybody on the. I just met Nate. I just met Tiffany, but Mr. Shell over here, I knew he was in the school with my kids.
They don't know me as
So
Mr. Shell.
so at the end of the day, like, that plays a big part. Like, they feel like the life before them, you didn't know nobody, because sometimes, like you said, Teezy, if you spoke to somebody, you knew it was going to be an issue. But then, like, when you don't, you're looked at like, dang, she acting funny. Because you're trying to save the argument that might happen when you get home. You feel what I'm saying? And I did that. I've done that. And I got to the point where, like, no, I can't do that. I'm shutting everybody out. You can't do that. Control. That's away, like you said, controlling. You control my life to where now that you see me speaking to all these people, it's, well, how you know them? Why you talk to him? Oh, that ain't your friend. Oh, you ain't known him for this long. Well, guess what? Part of it is my fault because I shut people out. To give you that satisfaction, to make you feel as though that I'm not out here doing anything, because can't nobody be friends in your eyes these days. I don't understand how people feel
Right.
like a man and a woman can't be friends.
Isolation. Yep.
Yo, that definitely is it. Like, what you mean I can't be friends? Like, I'm not about to see my ex in public with you, or even if I'm by myself, I'm not about to see my ex and be like, I mean, and I don't know, because some people might feel different. Some people feel like they ended their situation with their ex cool, so if they see them, it's all love. But I'm not gonna see my ex and be all hugging up on them and trying to like, feel me? That's disrespectful. I'm not gonna do no shit like that. But if it's somebody I did some work with, I can say hi to them. I can say what up to them. I can have a conversation. I can introduce you. But it's when, and to me, I think that comes in, like I said, with the insecurities, as well as, I don't know. I don't know. That's just something funny. Like, I feel like the next person, whoever's supposed to be in my life,
I think
like,
it ended for a
you
reason.
gonna have to learn that. That does not mean that somebody is doing something, or, it's just, I don't know. It just does something to me when people just act like, because you know people, or you just social, like, oh, you're messing with this person. How you know this person? Are you thinking crazy? Yeah, and don't get me wrong, because us as females, if we probably see our men like talking to women that they know, or then we sometimes might be like, damn, like you keep on. But then at the end of the day, I feel like if my man makes me feel secure enough, I would not have those type of, and if I deal with my own issues, maybe from past relationships and stuff, then I won't feel that way. And vice versa. If I make my man feel and understand, like, nigga, I don't want nobody but you. This is conversation and that's it. But some people, playing devil's advocate, some people take being social and knowing a lot of people and doing this. Some people use that to their advantage. Some people do actually be trying to mess with this person and that person and that. So I get it. But it's like you got to know your partner. But don't project your insecurities on me.
I mean, it's suggestive. It's what's it called? Suggestively dropping hints to control your behavior. So we out together, right? And you say hi to somebody. As soon as that person walk away, and I'm like, "Who that?" You go see how I react, and then you're not going. You gonna be like, "Well, that's how we gonna react." I'm not gonna do that no more because I know what's gonna happen. Exactly. Now this is how it plays out. You see somebody you know in the store. Now you giving them the ignore button. You like looking around like you're not looking at them.
That now shit look suspect.
They're looking at you like
you look more suspect.
Facts, right. And it gives you another reason to argue, which is a form of control. Because now you scared to talk to people, and it causes isolation. So now you don't want to talk to
you
nobody.
think you did say that? You
don't want to talk to nobody because I'm insecure about who you talking to.
And then the other thing is
this is what I was talking about earlier. That's a good example.
That's what I know because DJ Ingmar brought it up, and when you jumped off, I told him that you kind of brought that up earlier. So yeah, like I don't know.
Yeah, and also don't be trying to like, and this goes for both sexes. Don't be trying to tell me somebody you used to fuck is your friend. Like, no, that's somebody you used to fuck.
Either.
Like,
don't call me sis.
You know what?
I ain't about to call you bro.
I'd rather you be 100% honest to me than lie to me. Don't be like, oh, that's my cousin or that's my friend. Be like, yeah, I used to mess with him back in the day. That was my little thing. I'd be like, oh, all right. Now I know. Like, don't be like, that's my cousin. I see y'all hugged about
because at the
giving each other all essential ass hugs. Like,
now I'm like, that's not your cousin. Like, now I know you lying. And in my mind, that's a check in the box. Like, oh no, she's trying to play me.
Right.
Now, question: is it as deep if it's a person who, let's say, you slept with maybe once or twice, compared to somebody who you had a thing with? Not a relationship, like a situationship, a fling, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing compared to somebody you just slept with. Say you with your significant other, and you bump into somebody you just slept with one night.
As long as you tell the truth, as long as you tell, look, I'm an honest book. As long as you tell me the truth, it's over. It's like, okay, you honest. That's it. Like,
I agree with you.
Before I met her. I met you at the club one day, and we went back to the room and smashed, and we don't talk no more. Like, I'd rather you tell me that than be like, no, that's just somebody I know. We cool.
Nah, but a lot of times it's not just that. I don't ran into too many situations. That's my friend. We known each other forever. No, that's not your friend. That's your fuck buddy. That used to be your fuck buddy. That's
I used to
different.
be swinging that back in the days.
Like, just tell me the truth.
Hold
Just
on, but
tell
then
me the
sometimes
truth.
when you tell the truth, they still get mad. You be like,
Right.
Then they can't
But
handle. They
see,
can't handle the truth. That's
I'm
the
like,
that's
I
issue.
right.
don't
That's
deal with them
that's
no more, nigga.
Here's
Then they
some
that's
start
truth.
thinking
insecurity.
crazy.
Here's
Like,
some
what?
truth.
I just
Here's
told
some
you.
truth. Neither one of us. I'm gonna tell you right now, as a man, I don't want to know about you. I don't want to imagine you fucking somebody else. I know it was 10 years or 15 years ago. I still don't want to imagine that. Like, please, like, just be honest about it, right? But like the reason I say it is because like people are like, well, I don't understand why you have a problem with that person. I don't have. Do you want to think about your significant other sexually with someone else at any point? That's the question. Whether it's 15 years ago or 15 days ago, none of us want to really mentally deal with, oh, he had you, oh, she had you.
You're right.
Nobody want to deal with that.
We talked about this before though. Like, if you with a girl and she has experience that you like, she got that experience somewhere. She didn't wake up one morning like, oh, I know how to do this. Like, she had the experiences somewhere. But I mean, you don't want her pointing out. You don't want her to point it out like, yeah, that nigga right there, I used to rock. Nah, you just want her to be like, yeah, I used to mess with him.
She got a whole
if she
vision
be all
board
happy talking
about her
about, yeah, I
past.
used to, you better run, because that.
I'm just saying, you don't want
She gonna be like,
too
yeah,
many
you know, I
details,
used to.
but you
What,
want the
bitch?
honesty.
But see, sometimes you can respect that more than a chick that does that and tries to pretend they don't.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That's why I said I take the honesty. Don't tell me like this. I know a couple girls that when I was younger would be like, yeah, I slept with like 3 people. And then I'm around a group of niggas that's talking about her like, yeah, I was over there yesterday. Oh, I was over there 3 days ago. I beat it up this day. And now I'm looking around at these niggas like, it's 5 of y'all. Hold up. Wait a minute.
Shit.
Wait a minute. All 5 of y'all done been at this chick house doing this? And then she like, nah, I only slept with 3 of them. But all 5 of them, they're spending the night at your house, cool with your moms and everything. So I'm like,
yo, cool with the mom?
Not cool with the mom.
Cool with the moms. Like,
listen.
So
It's
for
a thing.
somebody,
I don't know. It's a thin line. Like, I remember one time I had wore, so me, like, it took, everybody know on this show, like, it took me a long time. I talk about my confidence and stuff like that. So it took me a long time to get to where I'm at in life right now with it. And, you know, I like to show my skin sometimes. Like, I'm not trying to disrespect my other half, but if I go up sometimes, I like to dress up sometimes. You might see, like, my little some stomach showing, might buy something see-through maybe. It is what it is. So one night, and on some real, sometimes I be wanting my partner to say something like, yo, speak up. Don't get an attitude. Just be like, I don't know. To me, that's like, it feel good a little bit. Like, hello, like, what you wearing? Like, you feel me? Like, what you doing? So one night I had wore like this bralette thing, but I had a cover over it. And I, like, my son was saying, you know, I showed my partner, he ain't say shit. Later on down the line, the conversation come up like, why would you wear that? I'm like, yo, if you had a problem with it, like, you could have said something when we was, and the crazy thing is I was trying to go out with him. I'm like, let's go out together. Like, what the fuck? Like, let's go out together. You didn't want to. I'm still going to wear what I was going to wear. On some real, we got to stop thinking too, like, the girl that's covered up or the girl that sits at home is the girl that's not doing anything. Because it could be the girl that's just as social, that might know mad people, or the girl that might show a little bit of skin, and she the most faithful girl to you that you ever motherfucking dealt with. So to me, that's stereotyping. Because people say that like, oh, yeah, it's all in moderation. But if my man felt some type of way about it, he should have said something and vice versa. Like, don't wait to turn it into an argument or be like, why would you wear something like what? Do you know how long it took me to get where the fuck I'm at? So yeah, Shantae, show some skin. That don't mean I'm being disloyal to you. That does not mean that I'm cheating on you. That does not mean that I want to be with another nigga. Because I am the type of female, and it's no cap. I'm not perfect at all, but I'm a type of female when I mess with somebody, like I'm in a relationship with that person. That is all I see. I don't give a fuck if another nigga look better. I don't give a fuck if it's a nigga I used to mess with. I don't care if the person had more money. once I'm with somebody that I really genuinely like, I could be with you for 10 years, and I'm one of them people that, like, y'all know how we talk about, you will still give me butterflies. I could still be looking at you across from the table 10 years from now, and you might get on my nerves, but I'm still going to be able to smile and be happy and find something within you that's going to make me feel good. You feel me? Like,
Right.
so that stereotype when people be like, oh, it's how if you dress like this, you cheat, or if you the one that go out, or if you the one that the girl that's sitting at home could be cheating on you like a motherfucker. The girl that's wearing the Muslim outfits and all that other stuff had dress from head to toe. Those could be the ones that's popping it open for a real nigga, for a few of them. Like you
For
can't.
real.
I mean, I don't know. I just feel like you can't look at that and be like, oh, if you dress like this, or if you can't do that, because I could be the most faithful chick to you.
Yes,
Now
you
you done
can.
lost me because you was making
Yes, you
assumptions and
can.
dumb shit up in your head. Like,
Right.
Insecurity.
Yo,
And that's insecurity.
I just had a very similar conversation, right?
Man,
And I'm
listen.
I'm I'm glad you said that, Teezy, because I'm one of them people too. Like I've been in spaces where I end up talking to somebody, right? And the situation I'm thinking about, she was like, "Yo, I've seen you here for like the last 2 years, but you only spoke to me like a year ago." And I'm like, if that's the case, then I was focused on something else. You know what I mean? I'm that type. Like you said, when you locked in, right?
right,
Right.
I'm also the type that I've been in so many different situations where I know females just throwing that. They just want me to catch it. And I'm just straight, I'm so focused that like I don't care what you do. I'm not even trying to catch what you throwing in the air.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
exactly.
But it has come up in conversation to say, yo, I don't like what you got going on over here. Every time you're around them, this is what they're doing. But I'm not paying attention to them. I'm over here for a certain reason, right?
Right.
And that's the reason that they're even in my space. And so I get it. You know, as men, we see it too. We see when another man is trying to come at ours, or what we consider ours, right? And y'all,
Right.
Mm.
and I feel like females see it even more. Y'all always
Oh, his thing jumped off. I
Oh
don't
man.
know.
But no, TZ, I feel you because I'm the same way. Like my last two relationships that I had, they were long ones. They wasn't no 1 year, 2 years. I did 8 years
Right.
and I did 17. So, and in
Damn.
both those relationships, I was faithful. And whoever I deal with, I will always be faithful because one thing I'm going to tell you is that I know what it feels like to be hurt. One. So I would never want to be the cause of anybody walking around hurt because of something I did. If I feel as though, and remember when we was talking about like cheating or whatever, or like, oh, because you cheated, I'm going to cheat. I don't have that problem because if I feel
Oh
like I got to
yeah, I
cheat,
don't. That's corny.
if I feel like I got to cheat, there's no more you. We're done.
I never understood the point of that. We might as well really be single. Like if I'm a cheat, we be just cheating, but then maybe that worked for their household. Like,
No, that this can't work for the household. Now that's something that you cannot put in that category as, oh yeah, this work without for our
but it's
household.
so
Because
many
guess
people
what?
that's like that. Like I got friends, like he cheat, I'm a cheat. I'm a like. It to me that don't solve nothing. I just think that just causes way more issues in the relationship.
Now y'all
First of
both
all,
see that
just like
whole hurt.
right, and just like I teach my kids, man, you can catch shit with condoms. Stop playing.
Yep.
So I'm
Yeah.
real funny about my body. And I ain't about to be giving my body. I'm giving my body to you, and I'm coming home to you to give you my body too. No, come on. What type of shittery is that?
No.
Oh, you back, Tiff? You back? You back? No more
Tiff
driving?
made it home.
You okay, Tiff?
Yes.
Just confident? That's what.
Tiffany back live in effect. You stay, Tiff. You need us to come. You need us to come get you. And here she go. Oh, there she go.
Be a lot of that,
just back home.
but I
Just to complete the mission.
guess you know I
It's breaking up.
You
still
breaking up,
you
Tiff.
know
Tiff, Oh,
Go
yeah, she hung
downstairs
up.
and
I
check
don't know
the
what's going
internet
on with
cord.
everything,
Just
but
pull the
what you
cord
were
out the
saying,
wall.
DJ Ingmar, before it hung up? I mean, before the I said hung up before the thing kicked you
So
off.
what I was saying was we got to get out of this space where we feel like because somebody they could literally listen. I told her, listen, she could literally take everything off and stick it right in my face. If I don't want it, I don't want it. And
Right.
there's this I don't know misconception that if she take it off and put it in your face, you're not gonna touch it. No, you should be able to trust that we are smooth
Damn,
like that.
self control.
Right.
And it's on both sides of the fence. Not I try to play the middle. I don't try some things I'm gonna be like I'm gonna stick up for my men, my fellow men. We're gonna do that all day. But on these topics that we're talking about, it goes both ways. And here's one
Yeah.
thing I heard all night long: why is the men catch the flack more than the women when they doing the same shit?
But guess what? We need a lot of men like you to speak out
Right.
because we speak.
Right.
We're not afraid to speak our mind. We're gonna go, and you're not gonna speak. We're gonna keep on going, and that's all you're gonna hear is about us until people step up and say what they gotta say.
Right.
I won't argue that. I won't argue.
Because
Yep,
we
that is
open it
very
here.
true.
We repeat ourselves because we don't get nothing back. Until we hear men start speaking, then we're gonna keep on repeating ourselves and repeating ourselves all over until you say something.
Right.
Yep,
How come when we,
very true,
how come when we
Tiffany.
do repeat ourselves, sometimes we get ignored?
You said when
Huh?
you and y'all repeat yourself.
Sometimes, I'm hearing you, right? I'm hearing you. But there's a good population of us that does speak up and say something. But then the
Because guess
fight
what?
ensues.
That's the good people. You considered as a person with a good heart. It's a lot of us out there. So a lot of good women, good men, and we just get trampled over.
Girl, this world of dating and relationships is fucking scary. That's all I'm gonna say.
It is.
Like it's like the people that really genuinely like really appreciate that type of love atmosphere settings and stuff like that. That shit is like it gets looked at as to me like bad. Like people just don't know how to deal with it. It's like it's so easy now for the way that it is for I don't want to just say love because we all know it takes more than love to have a relationship working, but
Right.
it's like we're getting further and further and further and further away from that to the point where I'm like, yo, I will be single all my life because
For
I'm
real.
not with this new age shit. I'm not with how some of these things be going on and how people be and how
And
everybody it seems like the whole world want to be in open relationships and everybody
It's the
want to have
microwave
two and
era.
three partners but can't manage two and three
a lot
partners.
of
You can't even manage the one partner you fucking got, and you trying to manage two females. Like I always say, it come more than sex when you want to talk about managing more than one person, financially, mentally, emotionally. You can handle that. Like
Right.
I'm not with all this new shit. So it's like, yo, a female like me or maybe us that's up here, even men that might truly, genuinely like
There's one
give real
by
love.
there.
That shit's scary
There's
for
one
you to
by
step
Amy.
out and get with somebody that you just don't know. Like I'd be like, I'm scared. Like I'm not even gonna lie, it's
Get
scary.
them contracts ready.
Nate,
I,
type them up, Nate. Type
I,
up the contracts. I
I,
think
I,
I might be with you on this.
I said
Like
something
it's crazy.
before to my significant other,
Ugh.
and I said, don't be offended by the statement. And the statement was, I see myself being single. I have seen myself being single for the rest of my days. And it has to do with what we're talking about now. Just how this relationship game, if you will, the world of it's totally changed. And it has you like, all right, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna be single the rest of my days, right? Because I'd rather be single the rest of my days than put up with some of the bullshit that's being thrown out there.
Look,
Web, mute your phone or turn the music down, please. Thank
Um,
you.
and like I said, it's nothing to my current relationship. But
right.
before this one, I'm gonna be honest, I was dealing with some straight bullshit. I'm like, yo, it's no way. No, I'm gonna just go ahead and live by myself. I'm gonna go ahead and just have my own because that seems to be the best way. And it's almost like those of us who know, or I'm a quotate know how to be in a relationship. We're being changed because the way the world is now in the world to relationship is not how we're built. You know what I mean? We're built differently than
Right.
that.
exactly,
Where you have to
exactly.
compromise, you have to end up compromising who you really are and what you really want just for somebody else.
Right.
It's
Because the
like it's a
world is
lot.
full of a lot of narcissistic
I mean, but you
personalities.
know, coming to, I mean,
It
you
might be
always got to
unique
compromise at some point in time. I
personalities,
mean,
different
So
unique
what you
But you
mean when
know
you
personalities,
what
talk
I'm
certain
about
things.
saying?
compromise? Give me an example of what you mean in a relationship that you would compromise. Because
so
if it's something that, like, say if I like opera and my man does not like opera, he gonna have to compromise at some point to come sit at an opera fucking show with me. That's what it's about too. Like,
But
if
let me
it's
ask
something
you. Let
that
me
he
ask you
don't,
this.
that he likes and I really don't care too much for,
Let,
I'm gonna
See,
compromise because I
that
want,
let me.
you know, my other half to, I'm gonna
but
make
It's
them
a
feel
good
like, okay,
compromise
I
if
want
it's
to
It's a,
engage
bad.
with
but
what
that's
you're
not a
but the way
doing.
compromise.
Right.
That's not
that's
a
not a
compromise,
compromise.
Teezy. Let me ask you. Let me ask you a question. In my opinion, that's not a compromise. The compromise is I don't like opera, and you're talking to somebody who does it, right? I don't like opera because I don't even understand what they talk about, singing, none of that, right? And to me, it's just long, right? So, just an example. Why can't we go see the play, The Wiz? There's a lot of singing. There's play. You know,
Oh,
it's
it's
okay.
action,
opera,
That's
right?
right?
compromise.
It's
That's
opera
compromise.
like.
You're right.
But
That's a
it's
compromise.
That's compromise. You're right.
something too
Okay,
that
so what I
what if
made a
it means something?
sacrifice to
It
sit
might
in the,
mean
the
something so
opera
much
show.
to the
Like, you want to
person.
use that word?
What Symphony
Huh?
say?
I said, oh, go ahead,
I
Tiffany.
said everything going a lot. Compromising can go so many ways, and what I'm hearing, because when I talked about it, when I said to him about the compromise, it's like you compromise your personality to you might set your standards really low now for somebody else. So that's one compromise. Then
Mhm.
Shante, what you were
Well, that's
saying is
you
like, yes, we
compromising
gotta
yourself.
compromise for like if I like opera and if that really means something to somebody, because sometimes something could really mean something where we really want you to see. You might not like it, you might just have to compromise and go see some opera because if it's that deep and it means the world to them, you might
Mhm.
just have to go get it over with. So I'm
Right.
sorry, some things you
But see
might
now,
just have to. We see what the play that you
Sacrifice.
talking about, but
that's a bad way to think about it, though, Tiffany, in my opinion, right? To just get it over with. Like a situation like that. Me personally, what I would do is I don't like opera. My girl likes opera. It means something to her. So I'm always turning down her invites to opera. What I would do is take her to an opera for a special occasion.
yeah, you're getting it. When I say getting it over with,
Because
not like oh just get it
now
over. I'm
you
just telling
know
you
what I mean?
to
Okay,
keep it
so
real. You don't like
In
opera,
order to show you that
so
Right.
the
right,
person
I
something to her,
that
you're gonna go.
I'm giving you this as a gift.
so okay, let's talk this is microaggression, right? So let's talk about we're gonna use opera as the thing. Somebody don't like opera, and the other person loves opera and want to make it their lifestyle. Should those two people be together?
Probably not. Probably
Wait,
So
not.
wait.
if you
What do you mean
Probably
when you
not.
say lifestyle? Like
Unless
they want to be an opera
like
singer?
she's
depending
want to be
unless you really
if you
love
with a
your
girl,
person outside of
she
them
want
their
to be
like for opera.
if she want to be an opera singer, she's into the opera lifestyle. She like to listen to opera, and y'all been together for 6 years, and this is just like manifesting, and you find out like, oh, you really love this, and this is what you want to do. You
Mhm.
going
6
to
years,
like,
you don't
You
really know,
you
nigga.
just
So
changed the
what,
question.
Nate?
You
What
just
do I
changed the
mean?
question.
Why do people have to be doing the same exact kind of business? Like I don't get that.
no,
Like
no, no, no. I'm just saying though, if you don't like opera and this
If it's
person
their
loves
passion.
opera, do you think these two
Yeah.
people could be together?
I mean, if they're making that their lifestyle as far as like they want to go places in there, I mean, I'm gonna support what they're doing. Now, I mean, I'm
But
gonna show
No,
but
them.
you don't like
I get what
opera.
you're saying, Nate. I get
So
what you're saying, Nate. Because
so
sometimes
are you
people
gonna
don't
go?
be
Are you
open
gonna?
about
So
how much they like
listen.
something because they're
'Cause look,
afraid of being judged.
Because look, this is really how relationships split up. People get different interests. So she's in the opera. She's going to opera club. She's meeting people in the opera. She's singing. She's traveling different places, learning. Meanwhile, her man is at home like, I ain't with that shit. I'm doing something different. So now he going about his life this way, and she's going about her life this way, and there's no connect in the middle.
That's true.
So, what do you do in that situation? Do you say, "Look, we had a great life together for the last 6 years, but I can't deal with this, and I gotta go and get my stuff right and go this way and meet somebody that's like yoked." Like, what do you do? Because that's really what breaks up relationships.
I
People go
missed it a
down
little bit,
different
but
paths.
he knew she liked opera from the beginning, right?
No. He said they were together for
No,
6 years and she developed a like for it. Like she really wants to jump into it now. But you've already been together 6 years.
but he don't like opera, and
So I could
this
give
is
a
what life
personal
does. Because
example.
life gives everyone paths, and everyone goes down different paths. And if we're not holding hands, going down a path together, growing together, it's gonna separate you. Dude, I
So
haven't.
so So, Nate, you're so right. Because
Hello.
that's what I endured in a 17-year relationship where even though the love was, I
Yes,
still loved
baby.
them, but our
Come get
paths
my
just
little
went
pudgy
different separate
princess.
ways. What the
Yeah, it's gonna separate you.
right, and it's not that you wanted to separate, but it's like
It just happened.
the interest is not there anymore. Because okay, so let me give you a prime example.
Okay, baby.
I go
I
out
miss you
and I
too.
like to have a good time.
How you
I
been?
don't drink.
Come,
I
stop
don't
crying. Stop
smoke.
crying. Come crying. Stop crying. Come. Oh.
Yeah.
Web.
Hey.
Web, hit
Yeah.
mute, Web.
I'm sorry. Hold on. Give me a second.
Go ahead, just mute it.
No, I got you. Wait, stop
Go
crying.
ahead, Isa.
You know, I like to, go out. I go out with my friends and, have a good time. I don't drink, I don't smoke or whatever, but, people around me do. And it's just certain things as I matured and got older that I just stopped liking. Don't get me wrong, what we did in our 20s, I just don't, now that I'm hitting 40, it's
Don't
just
want to
not
do
for
it.
me no more. It's not for me. So it's like, and it's not, and I get it, yeah. You're used to me doing that, or you're used to me being outgoing that way, but now I'm at a point in my life where I'm like, no, like the things that I'm thinking about now, I should have been thinking about, and I should have been doing. So now it's time that play go out the window. It's time to really mature and be a grown woman. And then when you can't have that, when you don't have that person to say, well, you know what, and think about it that way, and they still want to indulge and they still want to be out in the street playing and doing this. Like, don't get me wrong, yeah, we can definitely go out and have fun. I'm not saying that the fun just stops, but at some point, certain things have to come to a cease. Or slow down. Let me say slow down. I don't want to say to a cease because you can't make people do what they don't want to do. You know what I mean? And you can't make people stop doing things that they are used to doing because that's what they want to do. Because you don't want to do it, you can't, or say, well, bump it. I'm not going to be with
I
you.
do not
You
know
try to
about no
compromise,
babies.
but then when it's becoming an issue and becoming a problem, you sit back and you think about it like, damn, is this what I want?
Right.
I'm about to dip out, but Issa, you make a good point. In the fact that we all change, right? Like, and when Nate first asked the question, that's why I don't know if you heard me, Nate. I said, Nate, you changed the question because when you first said it, you didn't say we were together for 6 years. You said if you meet a person and those interests are that way, it's probably not best to get into that relationship off the top and just let it be lust if that's what it truly is at the end of the day, right? But it's nothing wrong with people's interests changing. If you were together for 6 years and then all of a sudden you have this, you develop this new interest, I want to try if in the 6 years that we've been together, like there's been no problems, and all of a sudden you develop a new interest that I don't. I want to feel like I want to support you in it. But
Right.
if that interest becomes your entire lifestyle now, you're traveling here for this opera or that opera, or you're now in operas and now you're around this opera world that is just not me, it might divide us up. But it doesn't necessarily mean our relationship has to be over. Not necessarily. If we still find common ground between our two separate worlds, yours and opera, whatever mine is, and we still find common ground in there, I feel like it could survive. But if there's no common ground because now I'm just you're just so enveloped in opera and I'm into what I'm into, then no, that's not gonna work.
But see, that's what I'm saying.
That's
I
choosing
don't
something
know.
else.
I look at people that, I mean, and of course I definitely agree with you guys talking about it can separate you. It could make you just go two different ways in life. But look at how many people are together that's been together and they got different careers. They have differentness. But they made it work. And my personal example is like my kid's father. He was into like this, learning about the sovereign life and like clearing up debt and the straw man and all of this stuff. So me being with this person, like, yeah, my focus was more of what I was trying to do, enlighten me. Peace out. Thank you for coming on.
Later, man.
Later.
Later.
So but what I was trying to focus on was getting Enlighten Me together, working with the youth. I'm a community type of person, stuff like that, right? But even though we had different ways of what success, as far as like what we wanted to, I'll say study. I still engaged myself in what he had going on. I still studied with him. I still sat at the table and we went over things. I still learned some new things because to me, it's not about me having to be a part of everything that you're doing, but it's a part of me supporting you in what you're doing and at least wanting to learn, a little bit. I don't have to be 100% in it because if we're both
Right.
climbing the ladder of success, it shouldn't, you doing a different type of business than me should not make us separate. Although I agree with y'all, it can. Now, what I was doing, he never engaged in that shit. So I'm like, motherfucker, but it never geared me to mess with it
Where
never geared me to mess with somebody that's in the community. It never geared me to mess with somebody that's doing exactly what I was doing. I didn't have that mind frame. It's just
No,
like,
because opposites attract.
well,
That is
y'all saying that it don't though, because y'all saying that a lot of times, which it splits people up. But why? I feel like why do we have to be doing the same exact thing for us to build? That's not real. That's not real
Okay.
life. We are
Okay.
all different. Like,
So
just support each
it's
other in what they're
it's
doing. I
not.
don't
okay.
expect.
No.
I don't
No.
expect. Wait, I don't expect my men to come to every community event I do or when I do public speaking. I don't expect him to be there 100%, but I do expect him to support me before then. I expect him to be there sometimes, just like he shouldn't expect me 100% to be learning about this sovereign shit. Like, yeah, I'm gonna sit
But
down with you. We're
everybody's
gonna do
gonna
this.
wonder where it's at. Both parties gonna wonder where it's at. Like, where's my support? You're my team. You're my number. You're my
It's
one.
a
Like,
But it's not about supporting. I mean, it is about supporting your business, but it's more of your
encouragement.
interest. It's more of where your interests lie. Like if your interest and his interest lie in two different spots. Like you want to get up here, but he want to go this way. You're not gonna. It's not gonna mix.
Yeah.
It's
So
not gonna mix.
right. Nate, so when I say what I'm saying, it wasn't. It's not even about like my goals as far as business wise. It's okay. So like I
Common
was
interest.
saying, right. So Teezy, I ain't gonna lie. When I was in my 20s, my house was a spot. Everybody came through. I cooked. Everybody ate. But at a certain point, I started to slow that down because now, that don't interest me anymore. That's not fun to me no more. Like we do this and then on top of it, I don't do what they do. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do none of that. So it started getting like too much for me. Opposed to him, he the life of the party. That's what he wants to do. But that's not what I want my home to be anymore. Like now we're in our 30s, going on 40, and it's just like okay. We gotta okay. Occasionally, I don't mind people coming over, but we gotta wind this down.
okay. Well, if you talk about interest wise, I get that, but for me, it's more of a success thing. Like, I just feel like I don't know. Interest wise, I feel like we all different. We all might do things differently. Now, my household, that's different. Like, you're not about to have a bunch of people at my house, anyways. I don't even like that, so I get that part. But if my nigga like to do like. Okay, so like for instance, my kid's father, like he drinks and it annoys me. Like I don't really care too much, but that never stopped me from like loving him the same. That never stopped me from like wanting to still be with him. I'm a smoker. He don't care too much for smoking. But that never stopped like to be like, oh well, I'm gonna just be around people that smoke, or I'm gonna just be I don't know. I get what y'all saying, but I feel like I don't feel like that should break a bond. Like I don't know. I don't feel like
Okay,
I'm trying to say because I'm outside looking in on both of y'all things real quick. Because Shantae, you know how you saying about the success part, because I'm with you. We love to like get your thing right here. I'm like, girl, you got this. You feel me? Like we need that person who gonna support us to go higher, because this is not really only just for me. Because what I'm doing, it is for us at the same time.
say that.
right.
And it's just that you would think that because this is some grown business stuff, because this is about talking, this is about community, this is about life, like stuff like that. We would expect somebody to be understanding about, like, you see, I love to talk about this type of stuff. See, this like how we have a conversation right now, no matter how he's feeling, it's just like, this is something I love to do. This is something I'm communicating with people that's talking like me. This is what I like to do.
Right.
So it's like, but at some point you're still gonna have to tone. It's already toned. This is me. You upset, but this is what I like to do. You're not giving that part up. You know, we talk, but this is the part I like. And what Isa, I'm saying it right, Isa?
Mhm.
Isa is saying, like, after years, you like the interest, like you was with it with the partying or whatever, but then like you getting older. So now all this chilling and like certain things, you trying to relax now. You get into a maturity state where enough is enough. So now here comes the now we're gonna see if we about to match up. Because if I'm telling you that I don't like this certain type of thing no more, it's making our house a little uncomfortable, or I'm just not feeling it no more. And if you can't tone it down, then I'm done. You know, then it's like that's where it could break. It could, because now you still want that life, and I don't want it at all.
Right, Tiffany. You're so right. And Teezy, let me kind of alliterate it a little bit.
So what y'all need to understand is that I understand everything y'all say. I'm not disagreeing with y'all. I'm just saying that when it comes to interests, I guess in business it might be different. But I just feel like if my man have different interests and I have different interests, for me, I just don't feel like that should break us apart, but it can. So I definitely, I understand what y'all saying.
No, but let me, because I don't think I'm also kind of like gearing around it. Now let me ask you this, Teezy, because you did say like, oh, my man's a drinker and I don't like it, but you know, I don't think.
No, I'm not. I'm single.
But Teezy, what if?
No,
what if drinking created problems in your home, though?
Wait, muted, Tiffany.
Oh, sorry.
What you say?
I said, what if the drinking caused problems in your home?
So it did, but that's one of the reasons we're not together anymore, because the things that it caused. But to me, drinking it, I don't know, when y'all say interest, I'm thinking about like hobbies and shit. I don't look at drinking and smoking as like an interest,
like I said,
guess,
lifestyle, just personal interest. Like
it did cause
interest.
issues because it turned him into a demon and his mental shit triggered. So that's one of the reasons we are not together, because you don't want to get help. See, it's a difference between drinking and chilling and the difference between being an alcoholic, because now that's two different things. So now if you just like a drinker and you might drink on the weekends, or you drink, you know, here and there, I don't mind. I could deal with that. It's no problem. But when you're a drinker and it turns you into somebody else, like some shit that you shouldn't be, and it turns you into a demon, that's more than just his interest. Now, nigga, you got mental health issues you dealing with that you not dealing with, and that drinking triggers that. So yes, that definitely caused a problem. But you know, it used to be like, oh, you smoke, like, and I'm like, so what, my nigga? I still handle everything. I'm not at home just smoking, not taking care of business, spending all my money on weed, doing this, that, and the third. So you should not be mad. Or even if you don't smoke, who cares? If I want to smoke my spliff, let me smoke my spliff, nigga. You should be happy because I'm calm when I smoke my spliffs. Feel me? Like, and if you drink, but if you did it the right way and you didn't cause a lot of friction in the home because you were an alcoholic, see, it's different. But if you just drink, I'm not, even if I don't really care too much for it, and I only drink when I go out, I'm not gonna be mad at you. I'm not gonna be looking at you left field. I'm not gonna be like, but when it turned into that, or it was already that, and I maybe didn't understand that at the time, then yeah, that was a whole different scenario. So that's why I said I get it. Where y'all saying like when y'all interests are different, it can break it apart. But I don't know, through all of that, I don't know. I still didn't really. I mean, I don't know.
She like, hey, look. But like I said, y'all interest parted. You was like, look, nigga, this drinking shit is getting out of hand. I can't deal with the repercussions of this drinking, so I need to step away.
Right.
See,
so that's exactly what I mean. I don't like the whole business part about it. I ain't like my goals and what I'm doing in the community. I'm not gonna lie, like you'll get him to do certain things at times, and I appreciated that. I knew I wasn't going. If there's something, you know, maybe he didn't like to be in the public eye. I get that too. I do. So I'm not gonna make you like, oh well, because this is what I want to do. This is what you got to do. No, because what makes me tick don't make you top. So at the end of the day, I just feel as though at some point though, you got to be my right hand.
I'm about to say, because then at some point, I feel like you hating on me if you ain't supporting what the fuck I'm doing. You
Fact.
hating. I don't care.
Yeah,
That's a form
yeah,
you hating.
yeah. Jealousy, definitely that jealousy. Hello, but
You always public speaking and shit.
Yo, oh, hold on. Oh, yo, I forget. Oh, you got your degree, but you wasn't making good. Like, just dumb shots to be like, damn, you be hating on the kid. Like, don't be mad because I'm doing what I'm doing. Like, but then on the camera on FaceTime, fucking cheesing at my graduation, sit your ass down. Like, but I don't know. I get what y'all saying. It can cause friction. It can cause issues. I definitely get that. I just feel like people shouldn't always, I mean, but you do got to have some type of common ground.
yes.
You do.
Once that common ground is removed, it's like your relationship is hanging on by a string now. Y'all don't have common ground. You're not talking to each other. Y'all both doing different things. Y'all both meeting different people. Y'all both have different interests. And now you're elevating, on one side, you're elevating your mind like, oh, this is different. I need to get into this. Meanwhile, she over here doing the same thing. This is different. I need to get into this. It's a split road.
I don't know, but like I said, I feel like if I'm in love with somebody or if I'm with somebody, I don't know. That type of stuff does not deter me from, it might deteriorate the relationship a little bit, but it does not deter me to be like, oh well, this person doing this, so I just this makes me like I'm still gonna I don't know about nowadays, but before I would still try because I'm just like we got differences, but we still can try to make this work. But then I guess sometimes you can look at it like this ain't gonna work, like this not gonna work.
Especially when all you did was try. When you try, at a certain point, you're gonna be like, okay, I'm tired of trying. Like, hello. Especially when it's draining you. When it's draining you, that energy, and you don't have, when it starts deterring you from what you're trying to do. Because you why this man don't love me? Or why this man can't be there for me? Why he not supporting me? Why? Because you're so worried about, like, okay, what the hell is going on, that you are shying away from what you love to do. What you want to do.
I think that's with anybody that go through things in a relationship. Sometimes it will take you away from what you have going on because you might be going through something. Somebody, I think that's on both ends, men and women. Like,
no, you're right. But Teezy, at the same token, that type of stuff will deter you to break your relationship up because it's like, why keep continuing to try to work something out that's not there? Yeah, you love them. You can love all day. Love it. I could listen. I could love you to the death of me. But if we can't be in a relationship to where we making this relationship work, whether it's not even about the interest, period. Like, remember, I gave y'all that list of what you should bring to a relationship. It's not about sex. It's not always, love is the last thing. Love is the last thing. Because if you can't give me stability, if you can't give me assurance, support, and it don't have to be support in what I do, but support, period. Like, I should be able to come home and be like, oh, I had a hard day at work. You know what I used to get? I don't want to hear about your job. I don't want to hear about this. Well, why? I'm venting. Obviously, I can't vent at work because if I vent at work, I probably lose my job. So I'm gonna come home. I'm gonna talk to you and just vent and let it go, let it out. So you will know how this is basically how my day went. But I gotta listen to you rant about you making parts at work. I don't want to hear that shit either. But I do because this is you venting to me because you don't want to vent at work or you're proud of yourself, of the accomplishments that you made. You feel me? And I'm
Basically not giving up the same energy.
right. And I'm not saying that the energy is gonna be 50-50, but damn, give me something.
Right.
Or well, I call him Mr. Shell. Mr. Shell was saying about like birthdays and holidays. I go all out. I'm that type of person. I love to love on my king. I love to make sure that my king feel like $100, $1 million on his day. But then when my day come, you like, what the fuck? And I'm not even a hard person to please.
Basically, as a woman, is not hard. It's basically the same way you want him to desire you in the same way that you desire him.
It don't have to be and listen, it don't have to be money wise. Cause to me, let me tell you, I used to tell my kids all the time, it's not about the money. I used to love when my kids used to make me things. I used to cry. It used to make me tear when I got something handmade, or if they I made dinner. Oh, Ma, I made breakfast for you. You know what I'm saying? Those things matter more to me than you saying.
You always thinking about everybody else. You always thinking about everybody else, but you don't complain. We don't complain or anything, but it's like any little thing is the thought that counts. That I don't care if you, like you said, you could buy me a little tiny ring out of the quarter machine, and because you thought of me, yo, you could buy me a honey bun, and I'm like, I noticed you. Like, I noticed you. Thanks for noticing me. Like, it's that little.
Right. It be the little things like that. I mean, you got a lot of gold digging ass girls there. You got a lot of, not even gold digging. There's a lot of people that's materialistic. I'm not materialistic. Like, I always say, like, I like to get dressed. I like to go out. I like to look nice, whatever. That's fine. But I'm not materialistic. You cannot buy me with your love. You cannot say in my face and be like, oh, take this $500, but then you ain't gonna listen to me wanting to vent or talk or even have a conversation. I don't want, man, fuck that. I'd rather have the other stuff. I'd rather have I being able to feel comfortable talking to you without no judgment. I'd rather be able to have the support from you when you popping up. If you know I'm doing a conference, I'm speaking at one, you popping up, you feel me? And that's gonna make me like, it be those little things that just make you be like, pop.
It gives you extra life inside just by somebody doing that. That's what you need. Anything that's going on in the world that pertains to me, it's nothing is about money. Nobody cares about money. Like what you saying.
A lot of people do.
It's about the attention, the reassurance, or whatever. Nobody don't care about money. You give me life and make me want to go harder in the world. As long as I know that you got my back, I don't care about nothing.
Yo, I don't know. Oh my God, Tiffany, you just said some real shit. Like, I really don't know. I don't think that people understand, like, how much it helps when you are in a healthy and comfortable space with your partner, and how much that just, like, can help you, like, you know, especially if they be in your support and your backbone. Like, that shit could take you to fucking levels. Like, you know, of course people do on their own being single, but let's keep it real. Like, when you got,
better than
one. It's a different type of vibe. Like, that shit make you just, like
look,
you got that support behind you.
You could go to sleep and then, like, because things is right in your life, things is right in your family. It makes you want to wake up and go to work because everything is okay. But when things are not okay, you don't really you lack on going to work. You lack on starting that business, or
you lack on doing everything. You just stop. You stop.
Yeah,
your brain start being everywhere else, but what the fuck is supposed to be on?
Right. But when you happy. Oh, bendito. Not the same.
What happened?
No, for real.
You be like, for me? For me? You be so happy. Like, I swear. I don't know. I just.
It's like, as long as you know somebody got your back, and that, like, because if you are ride or die, you expect the other person to be the same. And no matter what, it's just that because you love that person and you know that person love you, you don't care what the cost is, what the sacrifice, whatever. You just gonna go all in because.
So that's what I was kind of saying about my spill. That's kind of what I was saying, that like I just now, of course, I probably got a little more different standards, so I might not put up with things as much, but I just felt like, listen, you gonna go hard for that. Like, this my family. Like, I'm going hard for this motherfucker. Like, but then at some point it's like, all right, you gonna keep going hard for what? Because I was reading them sovereign books and sitting here doing study sessions with the nigga. I still was getting cheated on, so it don't even matter. I was supporting you with all that you was doing. Like, it don't matter.
So you was going hard, and he was going somewhere else anyway.
What? And then ain't no other girl want to hear the shit you was talking about, nigga. Like,
I'm just saying, like
what? Like, yo, I'm trying to tell you, but I don't know. Control got something to do with fear too.
yep.
Yeah.
Sometimes you fear losing a person, so you let that control you. You don't want to
Right.
get outside the box because you know that person is gonna leave you, even though they doing wrong, and you're just trying to hope they do right.
Right.
Or
And
a
then
lot
we
of us
got that. We got that in us that no, I believe that no, because we see some other things that inside of people that they don't see themselves. And then so you still just think like, no, you can do it, we so got that positive energy and that don't give up or whatever, but like you said, you end up being like kind of scared too because you really love that person, so you're scared to lose it.
What did Medea say in that movie? If somebody show you who they are, believe it.
Yo, especially nowadays, because this shit is crazy. That's why I'm gonna keep saying this shit. This world of relationships is scary, it's crazy. I am not the fuck around.
Listen.
Because the way I love, I'm gonna shoot the next nigga. I'm not
I can't breathe.
like, yo, I mean, if you want half-ass love, if you want to be like tit for tat cheating, if you want to be on some fake shit, I'm the wrong one. Like, don't come to me. Like, I'm not with that shit. Like, that shit is corny.
For real.
If you want 3 relationships, don't holler at me. If you want to fuck a new partner every 3 months and want me to be okay with it, I'm not the fuck around. But I'm telling you, that's all you hear nowadays. Everybody want to be in open relationships. Oh, because 2 people could bring more to the table. Nah, fuck that. I'm doing it by myself. I don't want to open nothing.
I want to say something that me and my friend was talking about, because it's always like guys want, like they be thinking about 2 girls, this, that, and third. But imagine if we have that, if we keep that mindset, because we are sexual creatures at the end of the day.
Yes, we are.
And this can go on every single day, right? Who?
So if you met 2 good guys that wanted to take care of you and didn't mind sharing, would you be like, I'm just a question.
Yeah, that's what they wanted. But
you want that 2 good guys?
If you met 2 good guys that know each other,
wouldn't mind sharing me,
that wouldn't mind sharing you and is all into you and helping you thrive, would you not be interested?
I can't put my on to 2 men.
No.
Let me say this, because I was talking, y'all. At the end of the day, women, we don't want to speak like this or whatever, but we can get 3, it don't sound right to guys, but
just say
we need a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, because one day, nobody didn't say you ain't please or you ain't do what you do, but we have this energy that we could do this 2 times a day or something like that. But we love you for you. We want you and just you. But see, you think that you need to go out and just have that fun with that one person, and I'll see you in a week or 2. No, it's that's half. You giving half of you. Well, that's just like me. I'll be giving half of me. I need a whole. I need every day. But I'm just putting that out there because that is true feeling. That's real. We hold in what we don't speak those things because we not like that. But if it was up to us, we'd have a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. But nobody ain't doing that.
I mean, there's women out there like that. There's women out there that I be watching it on this little thing I be looking at on my phone called Make Me Something, like women with 2 guys, just happy in love, both of them. Men with 2 women, happy in love. I mean, it's
I
not for
see some
everybody.
people
Don't get me
doing
wrong.
that.
Not for everybody, but they happy. Like
Whatever
she got me.
whatever floats their boat.
Right. I'm not. That's up to them. But who is? Oh, Cardi. He said.
Cardi like,
I'm saying like. But it's crazy because most men don't like that. They don't want to see you with them and somebody else, or y'all saying like, oh, even when it comes to the threesome thing, niggas ain't trying to bring another nigga in the bedroom. They trying to bring multiple
Female.
girls.
I mean, you gotta have somebody that's open minded. Like, I mean, like I said, if you're giving him what he needs, he got to give you what you need, right?
Well, then I'm closed like a motherfucker.
Right. They can have that. They can have that.
It ain't for
I ain't
everybody. I'm just saying.
I ain't
I'm just
sharing
not with
shit.
this new world and how things are when it comes to relationships. Like, I can't. It's to me, it's a joke. I mean,
Yes, it's just that when you open your mind, you're gonna be it poisons the mind, and that's why things is all messed up, and everybody not feeling the way that they should. Point blank, it's a no. It's a no for me.
But then
Right.
people go back to, oh, we were trained to think like this. And then you know what kills me when a black man start talking about Africa. I'll be looking at them like, motherfucker, I don't listen. You were not raised in Africa. You don't even know if that's where like we really are. It's a lot that go into it. And it's like black men always use as soon as they start talking that Africa shit and we really supposed to be with multiple women, they took that from us. Motherfucker, they ain't take none from you because you was not there. You was
Wait, if you want to get technical, all right. So let me tell y'all this, because this is a belief that someone I know has. Because back in the times, because the thing is that there's more women than there is men. So what would the women
Here we
do?
go with this.
Right. So me, it's like you better hurry up and get your nigga if you can, cause you ain't getting mine. That's how I feel. It's not about to be because somebody left out. And then if you subtract people who are bums, if you subtract people who is either it's about pleasure or like what is it? It's definitely pleasure.
The word we just got thrown out of the motherfucking equation. That's what it seems like. Like everybody got their own agendas. Why they with people? Nobody want to be genuine no more. Everybody want to be outshining their other half. This shit don't make no sense. Like, y'all for real? But y'all screaming, y'all. I know we even got off the topic of control, but y'all screaming, y'all want this, y'all want loyalty, y'all want bonds, y'all want to build with somebody, y'all want to be successful with somebody. But I promise you, 90 fucking 9. No, I ain't gonna say that. A large amount they not ready for that. They talk a good one. They not ready to give each other souls.
And the biggest part about it is about the maturity level. For some people, it's about the maturity level, because obviously we know some people, by the time they're 40, they're looking for the youngest woman out there. But they're looking for that now that you settled down.
Because they
now
can manipulate them 20-year-olds.
Yeah, now that you see life for what
That's
it is.
Another story. That's another topic.
Right.
And it's like, like we are old and we gotta look for somebody older. Nah, it shouldn't be that way.
Right. Teezy, but you know what? It is part of control, though.
It's all part of control.
Cause you want to know why? So I'm put it like this. When you commit to a relationship, even if you really not ready for it, but you know that the other person does. You want to know how it's controlled? Because they'll sit there and pretend. It's called pretend that they want it, so they can get what they're looking for in you out of you.
Oh hell yeah! That's what the fuck be going on.
So that's control.
That's
big control. When they telling you all of this shit, them motherfuckers living 2 and 3 different lives, but really buttering up the situation like you're the only one. I want to build with you. I want to do this. Also, they could get whatever they want out of you. And to me, that's a weak individual. I don't give a fuck. When you play on people like that, when you do stuff like that, to me, you are weak. Like, and I hate when you're like, oh, but you allowed them, you let them. But why you can't be mature enough and grown enough to be like, all right, I see what this doing, and I know my intentions ain't good, and I know I'm about to hurt this person. Let me back the fuck up. But you won't do
Right.
that. You just gonna say, oh, you allowed me to do it. It's both y'all fault. Like, what do you mean? I don't know.
No,
It's
nigga, I
definitely
ain't
I
allowed shit. You freaking buttered me the fuck up and told me what I wanted to fucking hear. So that's not fucking me alone. That's me like, oh, because at the end of the day, you're not about to sit here. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, give you the third degree because of what the next nigga did. And that's another thing. You can't bring your past relationship into your new one. But it's like, it's hard because you be like, well, shit. Well, what's your intentions? I'm about to give you third degree.
You
What
started
you
getting triggers and shit. You see him do something, you
right?
like, whoa,
For
motherfucker, hold
real.
up. Like, you
No,
start thinking
but
like, damn, he
not
about to do
again,
me
nigga.
like
Not
this.
again. What?
you be all up in your head. Like you said, the word
But
trigger. You got triggers coming out.
then, Teezy, when you do that, you fucking crazy. You're crazy,
Oh,
delusional.
you bugged out.
You
Oh, why
like,
you talking like that? Nigga, what?
Because you don't know what happened to me in the last relationship. That's why. You're doing the same
all
shit.
right. You know one thing that I was thinking of when I was talking. The biggest part is that people don't realize life is short. This is the thing that if you keep it inside your head, life is so short that when you find that person, it's time to build. Like our life is, we're getting old. We
It's
can't
not
focus on
promised.
love. We can't focus on lust, all that other extra stuff. It's either we're gonna build together and try to get where we need to get because even if you got kids or whatever, no, all that material stuff, all that worldly stuff, all that sin, it's not worth it if you just think about it. Now that's when you transfer over to God. For me, it's God. It's God for me because at the end of the day,
Shabbat.
He give you.
Hallelujah.
We making our own choices
Right.
on what we want to do, and when we make that choice, it's you don't like the problems that come in your life, but remember, you make the choices that you did, and you can't expect for things to just always go your way when you make those type of choices. But we just need to focus on building, and time is getting short. What we're gonna do when we get old, or this, that, and the third. You just want to find somebody who is ready to go on that ride with you to success, because at the end of the day, you're not gonna always find somebody like you.
So Tim, when you find that person that's willing to ride with you, but they hanging halfway out the car, what do you do?
Push them. No, I'm saying.
Ah, you gonna shut the door and put the lock on it?
She said, push him.
Roll his neck up and say, yo, is you in or is
Right?
you
I'm gonna
out?
put the fucking window up on his ass. Like, motherfucker, you want to breathe again? You better act right. Like, what you doing?
Well, that's the question
Nah.
though. How do you know they rolling with you? Like some people will get in your car just for a ride up the street.
Wait, you said how he know? You said how what, Nate?
How do you know they rolling with you? Because some people will get in your car for a ride up the street.
And you could think somebody rolling right, exactly. You could think they rolling with you whole time. Them motherfuckers is if they have their own agenda, but that's just weak. Like I don't like that shit. Like don't be no person
those
like
are
that. That's whack, yo. Like
that's the
I don't
pretenders.
know. Like and that's my
That's
thing.
the
Like if you want to be one of them people that like mess with multiple people and shit, but you talking about two brains better than one, we come together and we make money. Motherfucker, just do that shit with your friends or do that shit with your family or do that shit with one of your homegirls, like, and then just be single. Cause that extra shit that you doing, you don't only gotta build bonds and build businesses or not even just because everybody don't want to be a business owner, but you don't only gotta level up in life just by being with somebody in a relationship if that's not what you intentionally want to really do.
right.
Nigga, go do that with, or female, go do that with somebody else. Go do that with your peoples or something like, and then just go sleep with all the people you want. Cause at the end of the day, to continue to keep hurting people for your own pleasures, to me that's just so whack, yo. Like, go somewhere
So
with that. And
whacking.
then you want to
So
control the
whacking.
situation at that. Then you want to try to manipulate me. Then you want to try to act like, not me, I'm just saying. Then you want to try to act like I'm dumb. Then you want to try to act like, oh, I got this in the bag. I got shorty right here. I got shorty right here. And then, no. But that's how it go.
That shit played the fuck out.
It's like
Don't forget it's all your fault.
play out.
Right.
It's disgusting.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
It's disgusting and unattractive.
What is
Right.
that? What is disgusting and unattractive? I missed.
I just came in on her saying something is disgusting and unattractive.
Wow. What is unattractive is when guys want to say, "Oh, I got this chick. I got this chick on my hip. I got her on my toe. I got her in my back pocket." All that stuff, basically.
You said that's unattractive?
Yes.
Yeah, we're talking about how that's just too much is played out today. Nobody's going for all that. If you want to do that lifestyle, you can do that by
Be
yourself.
single. Makes no sense to be in a relationship if you're going to do that. If you're going to be with Sarah and Kelly and Michelle and everybody the fuck else, why string that other person that's trying to build with you? Why string her along? Let her be happy on her lonesome, or let her find somebody that's going to make her happy. And vice versa, even a woman, because I ain't going front. I done seen women do it too.
It goes take my new one because on my old friends I had.
No, we know it go both ways.
I don't even know.
We know it go both ways. Hold on, let me see something.
I my old account.
Oh God.
Because
I just want y'all to know that control is not okay. Okay.
It's not.
Don't ever let a motherfucker control you, woman or man, with their money. Don't ever let them control you, downplaying you, trying to talk bad about you and say all these things to try to make you, feel less than who you really are. Don't ever, y'all. It's not okay.
Mama has your Robux account.
Oh, so I had looked up something too. I didn't never even read it either because we all just got so deep into the conversation. It was just talking about some signs of just being controlling behavior. And then we have manipulation, of course. I'm not gonna go into that. We know what manipulation is. Manipulation is a way to make others do something through letting them feel like they do it because they decided on their own. Then we have aggressiveness.
You know who that is? What's her name?
We have arguments.
So, which one are you?
Lack of understanding, signs of a controlling woman. And one man, hold up. It's like, I ain't reading this no more. They try to cover that.
Wait, what happened? Who said what or who? What y'all talking
You
about?
said, which one are we? What, Nate? Nate about to get off right now because he bugging. I think every woman got a little bit of but that's the thing, I think that what I'm about to say, when they say control, I don't think it's like how we talked about the things we talked about today. I think that every woman just got a little bit of I would call it more like a sass.
I got a good one.
A sass?
I think we only no. I think we get controlling when things start going downhill, or because we ain't trying to go down, so we get a little controlling because that's a trigger. So if you trigger me, that's when control might come in because I'm not going through that no more. Or a control might be like how you said that pizzazz is like. I might have all females got that little bit of but we don't mean no harm. You feel me? We got that control, but we don't mean no harm. We trying to get you to get to the other side. But if you're not, okay. But some females we ain't having that. If y'all know what I'm trying to say.
I think I know what good control is. I think I kind of figured it out. Like good control, like our man being like the head of the household, him, the way he talking, the way he might say certain things and things like that. That's good control. Yeah. If y'all get what I'm saying,
I get what you're saying.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of an example, but
I'm gonna tell y'all this. Like a good control from a man. A good control is one where when he talk to you, he touches you. You feel me? Or he might grab your hand and say, like my man, I'm gonna say this. He sat back, ate some trail mix, and I'm looking at him like, damn, I can't even be mad. I'm mad because he eating that trail mix mad calm and shit, but come over here to talk. You feel me? And it's still in a respectful way, but he's controlling the situation so that we can still get back to where we was. It's not really no aggressive type of situation. It's you can handle a situation if you just come close to the person or whatever, hold their hand and talk it out. So that's a control for me.
She's in the top.
He eating these trail mix. I'm Stop playing, yo. I can't even be mad. Why you eating it like that? And then you telling me to come here, sit right here, chill, listen. I'm like, whatever I'm saying. But
Yeah,
y'all
so
know what I'm
that's
saying.
why because I was like, what is good control? But sometimes it is some good control. I mean, but majority not. But
No,
those definitely a little bit of good
is not
control.
is he actually controlling the situation, or are you controlling your actions based on what you're seeing?
Nah, that was a control because I
Yeah.
wanted
Uh
to
huh.
be
You feel me, Nate?
upset.
You feel me? Nate? So maybe you controlled yourself from being upset because what's
Right.
the point of getting upset if he's not upset?
Nah, but I
I'm,
had my reasons though. You feel me?
why you needed to be upset? What you need to be upset
I had
about?
my reasons, but
Because if
it
he
got
did something that she probably ain't like or something.
No,
right.
that's fine. I just want to know like,
And then
what
I
Or
was
happened
she
that he
might
was
have
able
been
to
upset.
end up
talking about the same
understanding.
thing over and over again.
So, all
Ain't
right. So
nothing
did he
like.
do?
So
Did
she
he
might
do
get a
something
little
foul?
frustrated.
All right.
It
Did he
was
do
it was
something
like,
foul in the way he ate the
let's just
Chex
say
Mix?
this, that you can a woman could try, we remember we assume or we could
Yeah.
come to something, but sometimes we need somebody to talk it out so that I won't think what I want to think.
Yeah.
Because like, remember, us women, we might be like, we go all off and like da da da, but as now I'm speaking for men, you was chilling. I need you to hear me because you wilding. I need you to he talking to me, so now I see and I understand what you're trying to say, so I'm calm
Yeah.
now.
Now, what if you got a dude who does that and he knows, like, just how you explained it? Because you're right. Just how you explained it, he knows that's how it works, and he employs that to his benefit. That's control.
But
Because
guess
you
what? If
thinking
the
that,
things
oh,
don't
he's
add
not
up,
really tripping over the situation, and he gonna
but if
explain
it
it in a
don't
way to
add
make
up,
you think like he.
Right.
But
Baby,
that's
give me
that.
that
But
trail mix and let me
once he
talk to
calm you
you real
down,
quick.
once he calm you down, whatever he say gonna make is gonna add up. He gonna make it add up.
yeah.
All he gotta do
And
is
But it was
talk to
a
you
I
enough
time
and make
for,
it
I
add up.
agree
but I
with
was,
Bev because yo, once they know they got you like that, they're gonna continuously like and it be to the
but
point
guess
y'all
what
females should tell
though?
me Tiffany and Isa, y'all never heard y'all men say like, girl, bye, you mad right now, you'll get over it. Like they
Yes.
Yeah,
so
but
much know how we act as females, or they think that they like, oh, she's spazzing right now, she just acting like this. She not about to be like this. It's about to be over with. Like that's too to me a form of controlling. Like they know it get to a point where they just be on some nonchalant shit. Like
let's
she
just
about to
say
get over
what
that shit.
Wednesday, like you said, I think both of us control the situation because at the end of the day, if stuff don't add up, I'm still going to go with that. So I know what you talk about. Some females will be like, oh, ding ding, no, no, no. I know that. Like I can see that. Okay, it's okay. I already know where it's going. So
Right.
once you know where it's
You want to
going,
talk
then
to
that's
Liz,
when you
man?
can settle down.
And once again, that
So
goes
that's
for the pretenders. When they know you like a book, they know how to manipulate it. That's manipulation.
yo. Speaking on that, I got a friend. You know it, Teezy. Shout out to Brandy, my homegirl Brandy, right? Now you
Oh,
interviewed her on your show.
yep, I know what that is.
But this is, and it's not to really put her business out there, but I'm gonna tell you a story. This is how we kind of got
It's
close.
too
I'm
late
not putting her
now. It's
business
too
out
late
there.
now.
Right.
Listen,
Well, it's
yeah,
too
Let me
late.
get the
it is too late.
tea.
All
It's
right, go
not. It's
ahead.
because no. I'm just saying because people might perceive that I'm not putting her business out there. People might perceive you
Start it
telling a
over.
story and putting their business
Just
out there.
start it over. Be like,
I
Just
you know
learned
say
my
Maria.
lesson from the last time.
Brad, start it over. You know
So yeah.
Maria from Pennsylvania. Start it over.
Nah. So my friend, right? Um she found herself in a situation like that, and we became closer friends because I was putting her on like, yo, if you keep putting stuff like, for example, some women they post stuff on their social media, right? Oh, I want
Oh
a dude
boy.
that's like X, Y, and Z. You spelling out the playbook for a dude to use to manipulate you, but women don't see it like that. A lot of women don't see it like that, right? So now, see what happened was, I guess some dude she was talking to, and now like the universe, like getting into the universe and spirituality is a thing now. And she had posted a status saying that she had started getting it when she started her spiritual journey. She posted a
so he
status talking
fake
about
act
that.
like he was spiritual.
So now he jumped in her inbox and start talking about UFOs and the planets in regards to the universe. But he's missing the whole point of spirituality. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
But I told her, since I told her beforehand, like, yo, dudes are gonna try that. They're gonna try to come. They're gonna see what you posted and use that to copy your inbox. And so when it happens, she's like, yo, this dude tried to. And she explained it to me. I'm like, see, I told you. You know what I'm saying? But it's a thing. Some dudes know they could use. Oh, she
But
might.
that's crazy.
But
Go ahead.
it depends on how much attention the female wants. If she's starved for attention, she gonna feed into whatever attention he's giving her because she want the attention that bad. It don't matter about the conversation. It matters about
Facebook,
the attention.
Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok is all a form of manipulation.
Manipulate. You can
None of
use
this
it for
shit is
manipulation.
people's real lives.
You gotta be mentally strong to get on a social media platform, do something. But people comment because, like, I was watching Whitley sent me
You don't though.
a video from this chick, like her TikTok, like a big chick, she a comedian. But what she does is when people try to shit on her in her comment section, she'll take the comment and make a video with the comment, and she'll play the situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't play me because I'm not comfortable with myself. You can't control me with your opinions of what you think. You know what I'm saying? Like, you trying to get into my. And what's her name did that just recently? Bad Baby. I guess she had them do her makeup differently or something.
Yeah, they said it made her look older.
Yeah, so people like, oh, she got work done and da 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 da. But like, yo, she like, it goes to show you, look, people want a response. They here for a response from a celebrity is what they're looking for. Dave Chappelle just talked about it in his special too. People are looking for a response from a celebrity. That's what they do the shit for.
Instagram and Facebook, I keep telling somebody that I know, this shit is not real life. Like,
it don't be real life.
If you look at pictures on TikTok, Facebook, whatever, they're showing you clips of their lives at what they think are the high points.
Right. Ain't nobody showing you at their low points.
There is nobody on it. Like, I put a picture up like a long time ago when I was sick. I was wrapped in a blanket, had some tissue in my nose. Yeah, everybody was commenting on it, cracking up. And I was like, yeah, I'm sick as hell right now. And people was just cracking up. But like, you'll never see nobody else do that on their Facebook. Like, you don't see people unless they're telling their story or how miserable they are or something happened. You don't see people do their low points. Like, it's just, everything is great. I'm on the beach. I'm at work. But when they get fired, they don't show pictures of them crying in the parking lot because they can't pay their bills. So it's like, it's
so
fake.
I ain't gonna lie, you know I was wrong. When I used to put up, like, when I used to be mad at my baby father, we used to be going through stuff, and I used to be putting stuff on social media, like, talking shit about him. They were like, take that down, Shantae, take that down because you're gonna be with him. I'm like, okay, but at least I'm not faking, like, we all perfect. At least the only pictures y'all don't see is me and him all hugged up, like, we all perfect all the time. Like, no, nigga, this is what the fuck we really going through some things. Like, yeah, I mean, I get the other aspects of why maybe I shouldn't have, but I'm a person, I don't care what the fuck society say, even if it's like a lifestyle that people don't agree with or things that I might do. I really don't care. Like, anybody that's my close friend, they would tell you, like, you can give me all the advice in the world, but at the end of the day, Shantae is gonna do what Shantae wanna do. Like, my mom even says that. Like, I don't care what society say. I don't care what nobody, like, oh, on some real, I don't. Like, I never been the type, like, my baby father, like, oh, but I don't care. People like, oh, y'all stupid. Oh, Shantae, you stupid. So now you back when.
People got
I ain't never say
worse
I left
things happening in their life. That's what you got to think about.
I'm not going to sit here and act like everything peaches and cream and show. And yeah, they say, oh, you know, people on social media just want to talk about. I don't give a fuck what they talk about. I tell my own personal experiences. I talk about the things I've been through in my life. And I don't give a fuck what a negative person got to say about it because my experiences are helping the right people. Like, I don't care. It's helping the right people. I mean, back then, yes, I cared. I was insecure as fuck. When I was young, I used to go through mad shit, care about what people said. Now, Shantae, I really don't care. Like, you really can
that's why I fucks with
Teezy,
you,
the wackest show ever. And I'm still going to have a show next week. Like, I don't give a fuck.
And that's why I'm still going to be here on your show because I love
I
you.
never heard that, but you know, I'm just saying example.
I
like,
mean, at the
I
end
don't
of the day,
care. I hate when people make it seem like you gotta, like, cause what society or like what people gonna say about something. Like, you think I give a fuck about these people? These people don't help me. They not doing enough for me. But if I put up something, I'm not sugarcoating my life, but y'all talking shit to me, talking about take it down, cause I'm not sugarcoating my life. But you portraying the fakest life ever. I don't respect you.
Right.
You should respect me.
Look, and then when you blow up, though, everybody, I knew you could do it. That's my niece. That's my friend. That's my baby. Okay.
I don't know. I mean, I get the whole aspect of keeping your business off social media, but I was just giving an example of what, like, Nate was saying. Like, people pretend like it's been times my hair looking fucking crazy, man. I swear to God, I could go on my Facebook file. I don't put up pictures like I'm not gonna sugarcoat. I was going through mad shit with my eczema, going through the stress with my baby father. My face was tore the fuck up, but I still would get. I'm still throwing pictures up. Like I'm
Yeah.
not gonna sugarcoat and fake. Like of course I don't gotta put up everything, but I'm not gonna just act like everything is all gravy and that every picture that I put
Right.
up gotta have a fucking portrait mode or my hair gotta be done or
I got the
no.
chills right now. I got the
Because that's
chills,
not
girl.
reality, yo. It's not reality. And when you got everybody trying to prove that on social media, especially these fake ass relationships on social media, I'm not gonna respect you, but I will respect you more that you being real about your shit. Like one day y'all might have been going through this and you cool again. Like, nigga, I'm gonna respect you more than that fake shit. Like I really am. Like I don't care. It's all I don't know. Like you said, nigga, it's all manipulation.
It is. It
Manipulation.
really is. I mean, Teezy, about the social media stuff, it's funny because, so, you know, Teezy, you kind of the only one who know me on the show and know, like, you know, shit I was going through or whatever. But,
Mm-hmm.
you know, me and my baby father not together or whatever, but now I'm finding people going back telling him what I'm posting on social media. And the crazy part about it is I don't even post shit on social media. If I like a meme, I like it because I like it. Or if I post a meme, it could be somebody that I know is going through something and I'm putting it out there to have them read it, to inspire them, to you know, give them some sense of hope. It's all this, oh, when people post, oh, you're going through it, you're putting your business on Facebook, and not really. If I like something that I read, I'll put it on there. Or if I feel like I need to inspire other women or other people, I'm gonna do it. So I had to put up a post today because why are you guys
Reporting.
reporting back to my baby father what I post on Facebook?
Cause you know that Facebook is fucking drama.
And it's like, now go run and tell that.
Right, and that's exactly what I said at the end. Now go run and tell that. Because at the end of the day, don't nobody do nothing for me. Ain't nobody get me to where I am but me. And furthermore, my daughter on my social media. So what am I putting up that's so rude or disrespectful or
Anybody remember them times before social media where you get phone calls from people? They'd be like, "Hi, how you doing?" Now they just
hello?
like your post.
What
Hold
you
on,
mean?
y'all. Hold on, I can't hear y'all.
Wait, what you mean, Nate?
Just remember them days when before social media where people
Oh,
would
when
actually
people just
call you.
yeah, now just hit a like button.
Now people just look at what you post and be like. Like the
And
world
that's
has changed. Like
the new source of communication.
so, if
Everybody
you
want to go through, yeah, like nobody want to do in person no more. It's annoying. Like what it's so
Look, and then people
stressful.
that's in your same town, or people, you got family that you literally on Facebook, but you ain't speak to them in like a year or two.
Yes,
I
but you
just
see
said
them
that to
on
somebody,
social
one of my
media, but
friends.
you ain't talk to them.
And then when
Yo,
they
that's some
see
real
you, but
shit.
then when they see you, they're like, "Hey, girl." Like, you would be a talker, but they never engage in your stuff. You would engage in theirs and stuff, but literally you didn't talk to your cousin or somebody in like 2 years, son, and that's crazy.
Yeah, when I see people that like I haven't seen in a long time, I'll be like, dang. I'll be like, well, I mean, besides seeing you on social media, like I ain't see you in a long time. So, I
I'm
mean,
having
the good
issues,
thing
y'all,
about
hearing
social
y'all.
media, I feel like it does keep people connected. Maybe people might live far, family members, stuff like that. So that's a good thing to a way. But then we got phones, everything got cameras now. You could call each other. So I don't even know if I could say that anymore. I mean, I do know it's good for platforms like this. So I don't know.
One of my close friends live like probably they live right on the other side of the river. I drive by the house every time, and I was just like, we was on Facebook talking. I was like, "Oh, I miss you. I ain't seen you since COVID started." Like that shit is crazy. Like I haven't picked up the phone to call or nothing. Like
Because
just
it's
the
like
fact
you got
that
that access right there to social media. You seeing that person on social media, you talking them. It's
You see,
talking
they
to them.
like,
It's
oh,
a
the
form of
kids getting
communication.
big. The kids getting
Huh?
big. I say, you looking
Like
at
look at
people.
all of us. I can't wait till we all get together next. Okay, let me shut up. I don't want them to know what we doing,
For
but
real though,
I can't
come
wait till
on.
next week, you guys. Like I'm like I was just thinking about that. Like damn, because I was writing up the agenda and stuff, and I'm just like, yo. I mean, I know all of y'all, of course, but I'm like. the crew ain't even in person, but I'm pretty sure they feel like they all know each other. Like it's gonna be fun.
Facts. What's poppin', Nate? You feel me? Like I don't care. We is not here for no reason. I don't care.
Of course. Hold on, I'm
That's how I
talking to
feel.
Isa because she's stuck. Cause we about
Oh,
to end it though. Anyways, what I did want to talk about, y'all kind of talked a little bit about it. I want to talk about that next week maybe, or just in a time about we talked about like talking to our ex, like talking to our new partner about our past and things we've been through and shit we did. I want to talk about that not tonight, of course, but does that hinder us or does that because a lot of times you could take that what somebody tell you and you could either manipulate it to where like Web say they telling you all these things they've been through and now you can manipulate the situation with that person or now they judging you because you telling them about things you've been through or is it safer to just keep the past in the past and don't say nothing? So that's another topic I want to don't
Don't
talk
that's
don't
about.
don't don't say
juicy.
nothing.
Don't say
That's
nothing.
juicy. I
We might
won't.
have to do
Oh
that
my,
next week. I'm telling you, like I was like, yeah, but y'all. I heard I think
that's
DJ Igma and
juicy.
who else said something a little bit about when we was talking about like the past and telling them stuff. Listen, I want to talk about that. Does that hinder the relationship? That was I wrong for even saying something? Are you about to look at me different? Like what type of shit? But that's
See, don't
another.
talk no more, cause come on
I'm
now,
not.
that's
I'ma
too
shut
juicy
up.
right there.
I'ma shut up. I'ma shut up. So y'all already know how we do. I'm about to start ending the show. I want everybody to go around, feel me, state something, let the people know. Of course, we talked about being controlling in the relationship. This was a good topic, you guys. Thanks, Nate, for coming up with the topic tonight. Kudos to Hoodie Gang, Nate.
I try. I try.
Look, and then when people view us, they gonna be like, you know how I was talking about that with you, Shantae. Like while we being up here, we set our own character, we set our own, who
I
we
would
are.
love for the audience to name all of us, like what they
So
would
when
say
they
like
view us,
about
they
us.
can be like, some people ain't gonna like you, some people gonna love you. You know what I mean? So it's like that's
I'm like
I
Nate the
think
Wild Scenario, dude. Like we all got like. I would love for the audience to fucking name us. That would be some funny shit because I'm pretty sure they all got different names for all of us. Um, but yeah, go ahead. Y'all can start. I'll end it. What y'all want to say to the people before we end the night?
Mhm. Kids asking me questions. Look at that. Just know, like, you gotta learn about control. Like, are you controlling the situation? Are you being controlled? Is your mindset being controlled? Someone is suggesting things to you that you don't usually do, but they want you to do. Like, you gotta really sit down and think about it sometimes. Like, you gotta really figure out your relationship. You have to be in tune to know, like, nah, this ain't me. Why am I doing this? Or yeah, this is what I want, so I'm going to do this. And is this person going to support me with that or not support me with that? You just got to be in tune with it.
Right, right on spot. Neat. Tiffany.
okay. Yes, what I would like to say is because the topic was about controlling and the good and bad. So basically know your worth. Um you could see if things work out or whatever, but just don't stay too long. That's for some people who are just getting into things. If you do what you could while you can, don't get in too deep if you're not. Just basically stay strong. Don't let nobody control who you are because you want to be who you want to be. Like don't stop there because you don't want to keep nothing inside of you that's going to make you look ugly or tear you apart. You let whatever you got to say out, and if nobody don't accept who you are and what you got to say, then that's when you know you got to move on and choose yourself first.
Right. I like that. Thank you for that. Isa. Is she? Can she see it? Oh,
This is what I'm
Isa.
going to say. I'm going to say, you can hear me?
It
Yeah.
sounds really, really low.
Huh? It do? I don't know.
Scream to
Somebody
the
called my
rooftop.
phone in the mix of this. And
We hear
sound
you. At first, she just came in a little.
you hear me?
like you sound real low.
Y'all can hear
Like
me?
I would literally have to put my ear to the phone.
Okay, so let me say this.
What about Webb? I know he
Put
got his
God in
girl,
your
so
life
if he don't
first.
come on that straight, he got Luna. I'm gonna say, until if Isa could get it together with the phone on her end, but you guys please don't let nobody belittle you. Don't let nobody belittle you because of their own insecurities. Look at the signs. Understand when somebody's trying to control you with their money or with their even with their sex. We didn't even talk about sex and control. Whoa. That damn, we didn't even talk about that, but that's something else too. Like when we see these signs, we gotta try to step out of them quicker than we normally do because we all know a lot of times we get stuck in situations. We start dealing with people, but when somebody start making you feel less than, when somebody start making you feel like you are not like who you are, they're trying to change you. They tell you that they don't want you around your family because even I meant to bring up that too earlier that that's what Kelly Rowland went through. The dude she was with, him beating on her, making her feel like she was less than, telling her that Beyonce and none of them didn't love her and care about her, and that she really started to believe that. So, I just want us to be strong minded, to understand that everybody ain't genuine, to understand that people have agendas, and, just to keep your eyes out for these things because you don't want to end up being with somebody that's controlling the situation or controlling you or telling you that you can't do this or you can't do that or it's not a good thing. I done seen too many snaps. It's too many snaps, not no snaps from the fucking Snapchat. Too many snaps where people it get like that. They start controlling. They don't want to ever have to do this or move on. Even moving on in life and trying to be with the next person. That's all controlling. Like so, guys, I think it's all about just paying attention to these different signs and making sure that we're tapped into it to know that this is not a real genuine situation, but this is somebody trying to, manipulate me and what's the word I want to say, diminish my character. So, Isa, you back yet or no?
Can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, but it just sound like really low.
I don't know what's going on, guys.
But it's okay.
Hello?
I think huh? So on that note, you guys, this was a great conversation. Of course, thank you to all the people that tuned in. I didn't read some comments and stuff. I'm sorry about that, y'all. We started getting so deep into the conversation. Thank you to DJ Igma for coming on to the show again. Spending some advice. Thank you to the Venus versus Mars family. We got Webb, Isa, Tiffany, and my boy Hoodie Gang Nate in the building. Y'all always appreciate it. I love y'all. Stay tuned. I keep saying the 50th
Love you
almost here. We
too.
got some things going on. We definitely going to be back next week with another topic, you guys. Again, I want y'all to have a good night. Thank you for tuning in to Talk with Teezy Presents Venus versus Mars. Good night.
Good night.